If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives, I piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. We are here. This is the first full episode of Wild Wild Talents in Wild Talents. So we are super beings in the Wild Wild West. I'm Kimi. I am your GM. And these are my players. They're going to go around there and going to introduce themselves, their characters, and then they're going to talk about this amazing town that we made in session 00. And they're going to say the things that are the most connected with their characters, just kind of a little refresher. So, who'd like to go first?
Me.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Excellent.
I'm Sam. I play Grianne Kelly, who is a prospector, / trickster. And the most important things to her in this town of Rainbow Springs are the Ironwood Forest to the northwest.
Why is that important to her?
Because that is where the fairy ring and standing stones are, where she has to go recharge her luck powers that she got by nefarious fey means. Mm-hmm. And probably second most important would be the boarding house she lives in the middle of town, run by definitely not a witch, Hepzibah Morganstone.
Why would anyone think she's
she's totally fine.
She wear a shirt that says definitely not a witch.
Yeah.
Witchy McWitch face.
Yeah. That's what they called her in her last town. That's why she left.
Oh, it's a good call.
Yeah. That's embarrassing.
Excellent. Next.
I'll go next. My name is Jim, and I am playing Gustavo Domingez, Mexican landowner of this area, and also known by few as El Jaguar. And two important places to him on the map are both in the southwest corner, Rancho Santo Domingo, which is my ranch, and my sheep ranch actually, and Pueblo El Jaguar, which is an abandoned Indian Pueblo settlement that he has as his secret hideout for his alternate identity.
I'm Mike, and I'm playing Carla May Winthrop, who is she's a courier for the assay office, and also a thief who heists things. And the two places that are most important to her are Winchester Manor, a large manor owned by the richest man in town, Harland Winchester, and he is her current mark that she wants to steal a whole bunch of stuff from. And he's also got this town kind of under his thumb a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the other person is the school teacher, Rowena Mills, who is her closest non-superpowered friend.
Nice.
As far as we know.
And I guess I'll go last. I'm Joey. I am playing Red Locke, who is a telepathic gambler. And the two places on the map that I think are most important to me are the saloon, specifically the saloon owner, Lenora Clay, who is kind of my only real friend in town, even though we kind of have a combative relationship. And then the place that's kind of important to me, aside from the saloon, would probably be the bank, because there's something in the bank that was left by my lover, which brought me to this town, that I need to get my hands on to figure out why he left me and why he shot me when he left.
That's important. Very good. All right. Yeah, we have this amazing map, too. If you can't see it now, you can go check it out. I posted it today on the new Happy Jacks forum. So you can go check that out if you go to the website, happyjacks.org, click on the community and then the forum tab. And it will take you there, and you'll be able to see this beautiful map that my husband drew because he can draw, and I cannot. So thank you, husband. All right. So just a kind of a quick preview of the Wild Talents mechanic. We'll do it in combat or in a contested roll at some point. That's usually the fastest way, but basically you're going to roll your dice pool, and you are looking for matching dice. The more matches, the better. So the number of matches is what we call the width in Wild Talents, and that's basically how quickly something happens. So if you roll, if you have a lot of skill in something, you might roll like 10 dice. You will never roll more than 10 dice, even if all your things add up and it's like, 12. No, roll 10 because the math says 10. So cap out at 10. You roll 10 dice, you have 4 8s. That's pretty quick. Okay, 4 is fast, and 8 means you did a really great job of it. You can choose, though, if you roll and you have more than one set of matches, you get to pick which ones you use. It's not automatically the highest. So if you're like, okay, I got 2 8s, but I got, 5 3s. It's like, okay, do you want to get it done fast, or do you want it done well? So, and depending on where you are in a combat or situation like that, that can make a lot of difference. So, so that is the big thing. So Rainbow Springs. Right now it is the big cattle drive for Rainbow Springs, which is a big deal for the Winchester Ranch, being the big cattle ranch in the area. And basically, they're the big cattle ranch. I got that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch of stuff to remember. That's the only flaw with making such a fantastic town with so much depth to it, is now in session 1 I have to know everything. So I'm going to ask you guys to fill in a little bit, because I still I have a bunch of notes, but I haven't memorized everything yet.
Never hurts to help.
Exactly. So it's a big time where some of the other large cattle ranches, not just the Winchesters, are driving their cattle through this area. This has always been kind of a traditional stop for a lot of the big ranchers in the area before they move on and push on to their next big place, because of the water source, and because there's this weird legend about how there's not any wolves in this area, which kind of like got the superstitious cattlemen to come in this area. It also brings a lot of new people into town for a while, and the smell of cow. Like, we're talking like thousands of head of cattle are in the area. They're not in town. Like, nobody, like your town is a big town, but there's enough space around you that mostly they're not driving the cattle through the middle of town. But there is a lot of cattle on the surrounding areas, and you've got a lot of cattle drivers who are coming into town when it's like their break. They don't really get breaks, but they take turns rotating coming into town. So where are you guys in this fine morning of the cattle drive?
Well, I think as the most indoor cat of the party, I am definitely in the saloon.
Okay.
Kind of sitting at a table, maybe playing some cards with some of the cattle hands, trying to get them out of their hard-earned money.
Okay. You are succeeding at that, for sure.
Good.
I mean, they're ranchers, so there's not a lot of like faking you out. Like, they've got so many tells. Like, this is like taking candy from a baby.
Well, no, it's just fun. I'll let them win a couple hands, figure out what those tells are. Like, they're gonna know what those tells are.
Right. And so how is... Let me look at my notes. Lenora, who's running the saloon for her mother, Flora, who's out of... Which is fantastic still. How's she reacting this morning to you kind of like fleecing these cattlemen?
I think she more or less expected it. I think she's kind of keeping an eye on it. Kind of making me aware of how much I'm winning. Because sometimes when I get on a winning streak, I'm like, yeah, more. And it's like, hold off. We don't want to scare them away. Like, lose a couple hands. pouring drinks, give me the little look, like the.
The look.
Yeah.
Does she have like a hand signal or something, or like a phrase?
I think it's just like almost a look that I can feel. it's that raised eyebrow, like polishing the glass. Yeah, exactly, exactly that look.
It's a teacher look. I got.
Yeah,
I got that
exactly.
down. All right, nice. Okay, so you are in the saloon. Where are the rest of you hanging out?
I think it's morning, you said? Breakfast-ish?
Morning-ish, yeah.
Okay. So I think Grania's probably also in the saloon hanging out post-breakfast and eyeing all these newcomers to see if any of them look particularly gullible.
Okay.
Maybe entertaining a few of the ones who have lost their hand to Red but not wandered out yet with some tall tales of the area and stuff. Yeah.
Nice, excellent. Are you watching at all? Are you helping with his gambling?
Probably keeping an eye on it, but he's got it covered. Looks like.
Nice. I have a question. When people are gambling, if they're like on like their losing streak, you're like, oh hey, I'll just loan you some gold here. Is that something that you do to like help them stay in, or was that something you wouldn't want to do?
She is kind of an agent of mostly innocent
Mischief.
chaos. Yeah. So, probably.
Okay. All right, on this side of the table, where are you guys this morning?
I think probably taking a walk down Main Street towards the SA office to see if there's anything that needs to go out this morning. Any prospectors bringing in any new gold that needs to get logged and taken anywhere else? Anything going on? Any courier services necessary this morning?
Yeah, most stuff is kind of halted for the day.
Yeah.
It's not technically a holiday, but there's just so much stuff going on. It's almost like a festival day.
Yeah.
But there is a lot more stuff coming in because people are sending stuff to tell people, hey, would you buy me this while people are in town, like things like that. So one of your coworkers, I suppose, just wrote in with a big bag of mail and says that there's like another one. They'll probably be there by later that day or the next day.
Okay.
So
probably just walking down the street, seeing who's new in town, anyone interesting.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out.
Yeah, there's a couple. They're, for the most part, they're kind of unextraordinary. There's probably another extra, probably 30 people in town as far just from driving the cattle, because they are big herds and they do have to take like shifts watching them. Some people have come in from some of the local ranches and stuff too, simply because it's boring in the West and this is new and this is different and this happens like once a year, so it's kind of a big deal. So. And what about you, Jim?
I will also be in the saloon, but I'm basically just sitting around, kind of drinking and palling around with the people that are coming in, and I'm just being normal saloon attendee, just sort of like maybe playing a couple of games, listen to some music, dance with some ladies, whatever is there. But what I'm actually there for is I'm listening to conversations. I'm trying to pick up on anything that's going on.
Okay.
See if there's if any of these people are up to something, or because these are just drifters going through. They may be a threat to the town.
Yeah.
So he's just basically keeping a very casual ear open and eye peeled.
Nice. Yeah. While you're in there, it's morning, so things haven't gotten super rowdy. You're probably used to, at some point, you probably are pretty sure something will boil over as people drink more throughout the day and as they lose more and more money to this guy.
Oops.
Didn't mean to.
Then they shouldn't have gambled.
Yeah, exactly. It is their flaw.
It is their flaw.
And nothing super nefarious. There is some rumblings about the Winchesters and the supposed price they're getting per head of cattle when they reach their final city destination. So, and like most of the time, like all the cattle are sold for about the same price since these massive herds go all together, even though they're from different ranches. But for some reason, there's a rumor that the Winchester cattle are getting quite a bit more than the other herds.
Curious.
All right.
As you're walking down the street, yes, Mike. Sorry.
I was the only one outside. Everyone else.
Yeah, everyone else is inside. So you do notice that there are more of these cattlemen in town than there usually are in the morning. Like usually they keep most of the group to watch the cattle, make sure they don't stray, etc., etc. There'll be like 2 to maybe 5 max guys from a herd who are in town. But today it seems like there's a lot more. And for being, it's not super early in the morning. It's probably around 11 o'clock. They seem a bit rowdy. Nobody's drawn any guns or anything yet, but there's definitely like that playful, like kind of pushing at each other, kind of brawling, wrestling in the streets, which is generally not a vibe that's in this town, unless the Winchester's men just happen to be drinking too much.
Right.
But it's not. There's a little bit of like tension, and there's also some market stalls that have been kind of put up outside some of the stores and things like that usually wouldn't worry about. Like everybody knows what we have. Why would we have put some of their displays and goods like out for people to see, since there's so many strangers in the town. Some of them have like, they're not like kiosks, but like tables set up outside and like with some nice stuff on it and things like that. So it's like, hey, all the buildings look alike, but we're the general store or whatever.
It's almost like a street fair, sort of like
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of like a low-key festival. Like just when things get busy and are different, people get excited. And
so that's the closest thing to a county fair we get.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly.
So I guess I'd probably try and approach someone who was not like getting around, like maybe some kind of cowboy who's maybe watching, not so much as fighting, and ask him what's going on. Ain't nobody working today?
Well, a bunch of the Winchester's man said that they were going to watch everyone's cows, so we thought that was a great deal, so we decided to come into town. They're getting paid more than the rest of us anyway, so why don't they do more work?
Said, are you paying them to watch cattle? Or are they doing it for free?
Nah, but everybody knows they're getting paid, like, not quite double, but a lot more per head when we roll into Dodge City later. I don't know if Dodge City's close enough, but whatever. It's
Sure,
It is now.
Yeah. There's a Dodge City close enough for the cattle drive, okay?
Where are they keeping an eye on everyone, on all the cow?
I mean, outside of town, they're kind of everywhere. We don't go in the forest, though, because some of the heads of cattle disappear if you go in the forest. So, and now we have to watch for the train tracks, too.
You didn't eat them.
Nobody was implying that you were going to eat them, Samantha.
I
was just thinking it very loudly.
Yes.
See her with like a big old red wood.
But, yeah, so, I mean, we steer clear. Steer clear, get it? We steer clear the forest, and the rest of it's pretty good. We're going to have to start watching out for the train tracks once the train starts coming through here, but other than that, there ain't much to look out for. Cattle are smart enough not to dump themselves in the river.
Right. Of course. Yeah, I'll think.
Are you just walking, or are you riding your horse?
No, I'm just walking.
Okay.
My horse attracts a little bit of attention.
No, I was excited.
Fancy horse.
It's a very beautiful horse. I didn't mention earlier I have a magic horse.
Yeah, that's an important part of your character to forget.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't like the Winchesters doing stuff. So,
Hey, ma'am, sorry, I don't mean to, infringe upon your morning or nothing, but I heard that there's this gentleman who comes around who do, like, fights and stuff. Jaguar, I think. Sorry, I have to say it like you would. Like,
oh, well, I'm afraid that's just a little bit of a local legend around here.
yeah. I was hoping to, like, tussle with him a little bit or something, make a name for myself. I was thinking that it might be, I don't know, something to do on a day off, you know?
Well, I don't know how much truth there is to those rumors, but I know that you do want to wrestle with someone who names themselves after a big old cat.
Yeah. Cats are mean, vicious animals. You are a wise woman. What are you doing today?
Well, I am heading into the saloon to talk to my good friend, so I will be seeing you later.
I could. Oh, all right. You have a nice day. I might see you later.
Yeah. Into the saloon I go.
Okay. And your good friends are sitting in the saloon.
So everyone else is pretty aware of the Winchesters not being great people, right?
I'm
Seems
certain there are people in
suspicious.
town that are.
Well,
Yeah.
you three. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we don't like them.
But yeah, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll let them know at least. Gustavo and your name.
Grania.
I'm gonna write that down because I always forget. Yeah, that and you're busy gambling, so I can't really give you.
It's
business,
all right.
But
You could probably. I mean, the tables are set up to also like converse with people. Like, so you could walk up and talk to him. I mean, you can't be like, "God, that Winchester's an asshole." Like, that probably wouldn't be advisable.
And walk up behind him. Oh, nice hand, dude. But by the way,
I'll just let him know I'm thinking of heading out to the outskirts of town to take a look at the big herds of cattle, see what there is to see out there. You know, I hear the only ones out there right now are the Winchesters.
Oh? It's an awful lot of cattle for just a few Winchesters to be watching.
That's what I was thinking.
it did seem like there was an extraordinary number of people in town compared to other years.
Come to think of it, yeah, there's a lot more of these guys in here than usual.
Yeah, I'm just about taking all their money.
But what do
I know, I
Winchesters
saw it. It
have
was
to do
very
with
good.
that?
Do you think there's something to this?
I don't know. It seems unusual that all these folks would just let some locals watch their cattle for them while they're riding through town.
I mean, I
Figured
would.
it might be worth taking a look.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hot out there, ain't it?
Well, I mean, we can go by the forest way and get some shade.
I do lack shade.
So many layers to that joke.
Well, I suppose I could use a bit of a break. Let these people win some of their money back.
You see, when you say that, Lenora kind of like sighs a sigh. There's like a sigh of relief, like in the background. It's a little cut shot.
Oh, don't you fret, Laura. I'll be back later today. Keep my seat warm.
Your seat is always warm.
That's what I like to hear.
You got a hot butt.
And how?
I'll, yeah. So I'm gonna call out Strawberry in the back of the saloon and hop on.
How do you call Strawberry?
I have a rock that I wear around my neck on a chain, and I have to like rub it 3 times, and it calls her. She comes running from the distance, galloping.
Galloping is the word, yes. There's 4 beats. I can't do it right, sorry. I can do it if there wasn't a mouse in the way, but sorry, I spent a lot of time with
Get some
horses.
we need
Very
coconuts.
excited.
We need coconuts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Coconuts don't do it right. It's a canter. It's not a gallop. It's different. All right. Sorry, I'm a total horse nerd. All right. So you have Strawberry. What does Strawberry look like?
Majestic. That's.
Majestic AF.
Did you do your homework? Did you look up what horses look like?
They have 4 legs, I believe, that end in hooves. And a
Unless
mane.
it's Sleipnir, and then there's more legs.
Interesting.
No, Strawberry, like, only to me she appears as like rippling white and pink.
Ooh.
But to everyone else, she looks like just a very beautiful like white horse with a like just pure white mane, white fur.
Nice.
But to me, she has it's like waves of pink and white on it. But she hides that from.
Fellow horse nerds at home. She's an Andalusian.
There you go.
Perfect white Andalusian. All right. All right, that's fine. Excellent. So this majestic. And how have you guys? You guys, I'm sure, have seen Strawberry before.
Sure.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you guys are cool with this. Tell me about the rest of your horses.
Oh, I have a Pinto.
Yay.
Yeah, brown and white,
Nice.
named Garcia.
Now, is this your Pinto for one of your personal? Do you have another horse?
Yes,
Or-
I have a black horse for my other
Of
personality.
course you do.
Yeah, but this is actually a very. So if you ever watched, what was that horse race movie with dude from Lord of the
Frantically
Rings?
Googles horses.
Right.
Race movie.
No, it was like he was doing the Arabian desert race with the Pinto.
Oh, Hidalgo.
Yeah.
Hidalgo.
I know who
Kind
it
of looks
is.
like Hidalgo. Kind of looks like that.
Got that down. Nice. He's a great horse. Quarter horse. All right.
Ooh. Okay. What kind of horse is this? That's what I want.
That is an Arabian. Yes.
Speckly gray. Looks like it's sparkling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the kind of horse Grania has.
Nice. Beautiful.
The most domesticated horse. Because I am not a rider.
No.
No.
We're
Horses-
just yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put you on a Clydesdale.
Okay.
Gigantic, like the tank of horses that just will not move. Like trot is as fast as it goes.
You know what? I can live with that.
Should have been a jacket.
I'm just gonna say this is a crowning moment in my GMing, like ever. The fact that everyone at my table was like Googling horses. Like, I'm gonna take that as a win.
Ooh, fun side note. I saw one of the Budweiser Clydesdales at a barbecue joint down the street from my house when I was walking Fenner's one day. And Fenner's was like, "What is that?"
Something bigger than me.
Yeah.
That is
It was
huge.
real funny.
Nice. Yes.
Oh.
For those of you who haven't noticed at home, when I was in college, I trained horses professionally, and I lived above a barn, or next to a barn. It's like 10 feet from a barn, so very, very
My dad
similar.
was not the best and took me to the racetrack when I was a kid all the time.
Well, that's a thing. I've been. Yeah. It's a thing. All right. And let's see. So you are heading out of town.
I'm like having to hold Strawberry back because she wants to go fast.
Run free.
But no,
You have to do that a lot because I feel like Strawberry runs like too fast for a horse. Like,
oh, way too fast.
yeah, and everyone would be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, it's really she really only gets to go her fun speed when we're riding between towns. That's why I got the job as the courier because I make these runs so fast.
She loves that. Nice. All right, so we're going to say, so the cattle are pretty much completely encircling the town. It's kind of like a donut, and the town's in the middle. It's not fantastic. There's like obviously breaks in it. Like they try and keep the herds a little separate, but they know when they get to Dodge City at the end, they're mostly going to have to. They're all branded, so they're going to have to split them up then anyway. But it keeps it easier if they can have them split as they go. There is kind of a big gap near the forest because ranchers do not want to take their cattle anywhere near their forest. Even the ones who don't live around here have heard the stories.
Stay out of my forest.
Yeah, exactly.
We said there's like hills to the north of town, right? Is that
Where the cave with the death clock is.
There are gold in them, there are hills.
that?
Yeah. Because the cemetery is up on a hill, so it overlooks us and watches us constantly.
That's probably where I'd want to head just to get like a good.
Who doesn't
vantage.
want the specter of death looking over you, right? Yeah.
I mean, where else are
Great
you going to go
architecture
for your
there.
lunchtime walks?
All right. So we're headed up to the cemetery.
If that
Picnic at
sounds.
the boneyard.
I was thinking heading up to the hills to get a good, just kind of overlook of everything, get kind of a wide view. Also, one of the guns I have is a what's it called?
Oh
It's
no.
a Whitworth rifle, and that was one of the rifles in this time period that came with a telescopic scope,
Nice.
so I can kind of use that as binoculars if necessary.
Excellent. Okay. Fantastic. Then you guys head up and you are hanging out at the cemetery, which is just above the town. And it's sort of like on the way, strangely, to Samantha, your most recent claim, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
Yes.
gold in those hills.
Yeah.
Them dar.
Uh-huh.
Them dar.
Them dar. Excuse me. Them dar.
I think actually.
All right. So you're up on them, and you see all these cattle. Cattle, not as far as the eye can see, but really, really far. A lot of cattle. Like a good portion of like this region of the United States' wealth is encircling and pooping around your town right now.
Sweet.
So there's a lot here.
Do we see any dudes?
Looking for dudes.
You do. You see, I mean, it's hard to tell from this far away because they're all kind of wearing the same thing. It's not like they wear.
As the
The
cattle.
word dude in this particular idiom is a completely different thing than what we know as dude. It's an insult.
Is it?
It means a pimple on a donkey's ass.
Oh.
The reason why Dude's Ranch renamed Dude Ranches is because they were ones dedicated to getting city folk entertained in a ranch. So they're all dudes.
Oh.
So if you call somebody dude here, you'll get shot.
I learned a thing. That's fantastic.
Sweet. Well,
Right.
that
There are
definitely
many-
applies to the Winchesters, but maybe not to their faces.
Right.
You see many cowfolk working and basically keeping them. At this point, it's not super hard work because around your town there's grass and things like that. The steers are probably not going to go past the river. They seem also super shy of the forest. And then now with the train track, there's almost like a barrier in every direction. So it's a pretty easy job. It's like all the benefits of like bringing them through here have been compounded by what's naturally been built by people around there. So you do see people on horses working the cattle, trying to keeping strays in the group. Some of them are sitting, taking naps, things like that. Basically kind of like what you'd picture with a shepherd, except on horses and with big sheep.
Okay.
You can't tell from this distance. Like the ones who are closer to the cemetery, you can I recognize that's the Winchester guy. But there's ones farther away, especially if you're looking through your scope. Carla, that it's hard to tell at this distance. They're all wearing browns and cowboy hats and horses. Unless they have a really distinct horse, you probably wouldn't be able to tell from this far away if they're the regulars or not.
But no one's doing anything weird or unusual, like Brandon cows or...
Not that you're seeing.
Well, they're cows.
Indeed. Just seems odd for the Winchester to do something out of the goodness of their heart, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like their style.
Well, they don't have a heart, so there you go.
They have their hooks in every business in town. It could be that they're trying to promote them spending their money here. It could be that simple. But,
I'm suspicious.
as am I.
Maybe we should get a closer look.
Come, Garcia. And I start trotting down over there.
Whoa, you?
I feel like you just call your horse.
Yeah, it is horse and you.
Horse and you.
Your horse's name is Grenadine, but you call it horse.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I call it Mastodon.
Nice.
Compensating for something with your horse, my friend.
It's enough out of you.
So you're riding down to get a closer
Yeah,
look?
I'm actually going to ride down and see if I can actually talk to one of the hands.
Absolutely. You're going to go towards one of the ones you know is a Winchester?
Yeah.
Okay. You ride down to one. You know him. He's a little bit of a troublemaker, but not too bad. He's definitely a follower. Just kind of does what he's told. Sometimes drinks a little but much. Needs to be put in his place, but that's all.
I just walk down and goes, vecino. Good day to you.
Don Domingez? Would that be?
Yeah.
Don Domingez? Good to see
Take
you.
my hand.
Garcia? He looks at the horse and nods.
I have heard a rumor that the Winchester family has graciously accepted stewardship over all of these cattle so that the hands can enjoy the town.
Yes. They're very nice. They're a very nice people.
It's a very magnanimous effort, and I would not wish to feel that I am not as generous, and I would be happy to offer any of my hands in assistance. We are slow at this time. If you need more help, please do not hesitate to call on me.
Oh yes, it's nice to be magnanimous. And I think we have enough help. We have all the people we need. But thank you for your magnanimous assistance and offer. It's nice. My boss would like to probably thank you if he knew of it. Words are not his thing.
Well, who is in charge here? I will happily speak to them if you are not capable of making any authoritative decisions.
What kind of decision?
Decisions with authority.
Oh,
Decisions that matter.
like boss decisions.
Like boss decisions.
Oh.
Sí, el jefe. ¿A dónde está el jefe? Dímelo eso.
He points direction, like he hears it, like points kind of east,
Right.
a little bit closer to the mill, and
¿Cómo se dice? Much obliged.
yeah,
and I ride off in that direction.
he kind of like waves. As you head over there,
Mm-hmm.
you end up with, you see, sorry, my computer went to sleep. You see Jim, they call him Big Jim, and he's one of like Winchester's main guys. Has a temper. Pretty good fighter, mostly uses his size because he's not ironically named Big
Right.
Jim. Like he's a big fucking dude.
Right on, Haas. Okay.
And he's over there. He's giving some orders to some guys, and they're riding off. And he's standing there. He's not mounted.
Señor Jim.
Hey Don.
Buenos días.
Good day to you.
I have heard a rumor. I was wondering if you could lend any credence
Yeah, that would depend on what the rumor was.
that your very generous boss has offered to manage all of these cattle for the time being.
Yeah, it ain't such hard work anymore. Now that the railroad's put in, it's pretty much fences on all sides, just about. Only the stupid cattle die. We don't want them breeding anyway.
I see your point. But for the reason I am here to offer my assistance. My hands are not particularly occupied with the sheep in this season, and if you needed any assistance, I would be happy to lend any that I may give. I do not want to seem unneighborly.
Yeah, that's very nice of you, Don Domingez, but I don't know if we need a bunch of sheep ranchers out here trying to work the cattle. It's very kind of you. But I think we got it handled. Like I said, it ain't hard work. Half of my men are out there taking naps anyway.
Yes. It would not do to have them do hard work.
He smirks a little bit,
I give him a
but
little
doesn't
wink.
say anything.
This is, you see, I would say that this is most likely simply a gesture of friendliness. I was fairly certain that you would not take me up on it, but
Yeah, it's a
nonetheless,
safe bet to make.
nonetheless, the offer is there.
Yeah, good for you.
Yes, indeed.
I'll pass it on to Mr. Winchester so he knows about your good faith and all.
Very well, then. My mission here is done. I will go back to my business.
Did your friends need anything? Are they helping you herd your sheep today?
No, they are simply keeping me company. I have friends, for I am well liked.
Yeah. I'm sure. We're kind of just like eyes you guys. You guys are probably seen as a little bit weird in town.
I'm just kind of like trotting around, like looking at
Yeah.
cows, just
Okay.
like trotting down around like the edge of where the cows are, not really listening to this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking for anything to do, or are you just like enjoying your ride?
But anything out of the ordinary?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I said,
actually, during this entire conversation, I'm using it basically to just sort of like survey the entire area in detail and see if there's anything.
Looking
Roll
for
perception.
I will roll perception.
everyone or just
You too, because you're both looking. Anybody who's looking specifically for stuff?
I'm looking specifically at him, so let them do their roll first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's them.
Well, I got 2 hard dice, so I'll go with the 2 10s since I rolled 2 9s.
That's good. And you had a long conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, what did you get?
I got 2 6s or 3 1s. So
Which one would you like?
and that was higher numbers faster or lower numbers?
The number of matches is speed.
Oh, speed.
The number on the dice is quality.
Yeah, I'll use the 6s.
It's probably a good call.
Dose 6s.
Okay. So you're looking specifically at the cattle, and you're just kind of looking around everything.
Yeah.
You notice that, Jim, you notice that the men who rode off, you know them from, like, the town and stuff. They're not generally known as, like, cattlemen. Like, they do work for Mr. Winchester, but it's not usually working the cattle. Like, you don't know exactly what they do all the time, but they're, like, more his bodyguards and, like, more like body men than cattlemen. So it's a little odd that they're out here, like, running around with the cattle today. And you also notice that Jim, he's putting on a good face. Like, he's got, like, a good mask, but he doesn't want you here. And he's trying to make light, and he's trying not to seem like he wants you gone, but he kind of wants you gone. So since you got 2 10s, then you were able to kind of suss him out during the length of that conversation. Mike, you notice, like, you're pretty familiar with the cows that the Winchesters, like, raise, the breeds and things like that.
I spent a lot of time over in their area.
Exactly.
Looking for
Stalking, I mean,
nothing.
sussing out their thing.
Enjoying the scenery.
Yes.
Obviously.
They have great topiaries.
Absolutely.
The shrubbery.
Yeah, and there are some very distinct cows with the Winchester brand that you've never seen before. That, like, they're like very different than most of the cattle that Mr. Winchester breeds.
Like different breeds? Or
Different breeds, yeah. There's also, like, different patterns on them. So even the ones that are the same breed, it's like, when did they start getting spotted ones? Like, that's a little odd. But you're not seeing, like, usually, it's usually pretty easy to tell, like, if a brand is messed with.
Mm-hmm.
And you either can't tell or they haven't been messed with.
But they're branded with the Winchester.
They are. The ones in this area are. And, Joey, you were going to roll?
Yes, I was rolling actually to use one of my powers.
Do the thing.
So I rolled when they rolled. So I rolled 3 10s
That's pretty good.
for my telepathy utility power. To basically kind of get a read on him, see if he's hiding anything
Now, the way
specific.
that works, do you hear words? Do you get images?
I
Just
mainly
feelings?
get images and feelings.
Okay. You get... Yeah, you also, it's kind of echoed that this urgency to get you guys out of here. Not ask questions, get out of here.
Okay.
That is very much belied by his mannerisms and the faces he's making, and, like, he's good at fucking lying. And as a gambler, like, you would notice and appreciate, like, how calm he is, and, like, oh, even his gestures are super casual. Oh, sheep farmer, that's nice. Like, but, like, you were getting a anxiety radiating out from him.
Okay.
And you're getting these weird images of just like herds of cattle at night.
Okay.
And that's kind of all you can pick up on.
Okay.
Which was perfect to know what I thought my next step was going to be.
Come back at
Did
night.
you want to do anything?
I do. I would also like to roll perception, but because I've never played this game before,
It's
and the sheet has a lot of numbers on it.
Yeah.
Do I add anything, or do I just roll what it says next to my perception?
You'll add the perception, and then you'll add also the stat that goes with it. So that is
Okay.
a mind stat, I believe.
And in that
Mine.
sheet, I believe that's calculated out.
They might be. Hand it to me. Let me look at it.
Yeah, I think the second column might be the...
Yep.
Maybe not.
Oh yeah, this one's different than mine. I can't tell.
No, because she used the spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet. Oh, 4D. Yeah, that's. Oh no.
So it says 5 for my
5D.
perception.
Yeah, that's got to include. I'm sure you did not.
Also includes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason helps you make your character. I'm pretty sure he did not put 5 dice in perception by itself.
Okay.
If
Just
he
checking.
did, he and I are going to have words later. Because that's a mean thing to do to a friend GM, is giving 5 dice in perception.
Okay. So
All right.
Just 5 total then.
5 total dice.
I use my nifty little
Yeah.
dice little thing. Don't betray me.
Oh, the betrayal is real.
The betrayal is real. I got 0 pairs
All right.
of anything. Good job, dice.
It's a pretty day.
It's very nice. Should probably go check on my gold. These cattle are boring.
Smells like cow. Do not like this.
Yeah, it smells gross. And you're far away from your forest. And Jim's probably a dick, so.
Yeah, I'm probably like eyeing the cattle that are closest to the forest, like get out of there, like when you throw a bowling ball and you're like, no, get back in the center.
All right. Yeah. All right. So that is what.
No, we'll trot off.
Okay.
At least I will.
And Red, as you are riding away, you can almost feel the wave of kind of relief
Okay.
from Jim as you guys leave, and he's done his job.
I mean, leaving, I'm gonna go check on my gold claim, which is still near the cattle.
Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if is there any place nearby where I can like hide?
There's the forest.
Give me a good vantage point from there, I guess. Maybe.
There's the cemetery.
I just want to keep an eye on
You
Jim.
made a super creepy town, guys.
As we're traveling
Yeah.
out, it says, so everybody agrees that that man is a liar full of lies that lies and tells mistruths.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The one has gone real bad.
He was a little nervous, even though he didn't try to show it.
I did pick up on something about cattle at night. I don't know if they're planning on moving them at night or if they've already moved some at night, but perhaps coming back later this evening might not be a bad idea.
This is something that I have thought of, yes.
Be up for a little night stroll.
Yeah.
No, it's serious if Red's suggesting he leaves the saloon at nighttime.
Yeah.
Especially when there's this many people in town.
I know. I want it. I want it so bad. There's so much gold.
It's all right. We'll get the gold. It's
Well, we
fine.
have about 8 hours before sundown. You can take some
Oh yeah.
people before then.
Some serious fleece.
You're right. I am that good.
Now, if you can fleece them all of all their money in the next 8 hours, you won't have to worry about it. We're free and clear.
Well, then what are we waiting around here for?
I do not know.
Well, I for one have to check on the gold claim. All these men skulking around here. I don't want them messing with my dig.
That's a good call.
You absolutely can do that.
Okay.
You want to go, or do you want to go by yourself? Do you want your friends to go with you? You want to head back to the saloon, right? Red?
I do. I'd rather.
I mean,
I'd say
anybody
I'd
that
say
wants
I'd
to
offer
come
to,
with
I'd
me
offer to
can.
come along just because if we're going up the hill, it'd give me a couple of
Yeah.
chances to take a look back and
Gives you some good cover.
give me do a little searching
Nice.
on the way back up.
Horse, home.
Clomp, clomp,
Yeah.
clomp, clomp.
Giant slow hooves walking down to the town.
It's fine. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. If you could read the horse's... Do you read the horse's mind?
No, I've never tried reading an animal's mind,
Okay.
and it kind of scares me too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
What happens if you try to reach strawberries, mind?
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh.
You would see into the void. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Amazing.
Who knows what would happen?
All right. So you head back to the town. Gustavo, what are you doing?
I am.
Everyone's
going-
laughing because I have a Wonder Woman folder, and it's
Of course
on
you
brand.
do.
I am going to mention to none of the actual hands that are visiting, but a couple of the locals that I know at the saloon, that when I went up to sort of survey the area and all the cattle. Oh no, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say some of my sheep have come down with hoof and mouth disease, and this started when the cattle came in.
Okay.
Oh.
So you guys should really kind of look out and see if there's anything wrong with your herds, and just sort of like spread the word that this might be going around to try to get people peaked to go back amongst their herds and check them out.
Nice. Very cool.
Do you want me to spread that around the card tables?
Any backup that I can get on that? Perfect.
Yeah. Table talk is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've started rolling, I'm going to take a moment to kind of pause and explain a couple things on your character sheets. There's one thing called willpower. These are kind of a currency that you can use. You can use them to help with the die roll. You can use them like if you want to add a boost to your power. It's almost like in the superhero movies when you see someone use a power and they just like put their like soul into it and they like get that extra push, but then they pass out or something. So it's like pushing that envelope of what you can normally do. You have a limited number of them. You can gain and you can lose them or spend them. You gain willpower by doing something difficult on behalf of the subject of your loyalty. So you've got your what we talked about earlier too. You've got your loyalty, and what's the other one called? Passion. So those are basically like your intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. So loyalty are things on the outside that you want to help, and friends, causes that you're dedicated to, getting revenge, things like that. While your passions are things that you care about personally. So those are kind of like your intrinsic motivations, which can be greed or gold or things like that. So you when we did our character creation, you kind of decided what those were, and you put them there, or you should have.
You're looking at my
You have
blind spot.
no poker face, Mike.
No, I asked about him at the end of character generation. You said, "Don't worry about it for now."
Too much, yeah. But put those in. I would like one, maybe two things. Like so, really like in this first session, like really nail down like the heart of your character.
Okay.
What is the thing that motivates you from the inside, and what is it that motivates you from the outside? And those are those two things. So doing something difficult on behalf of that can get you a willpower point. So, but it can't just be like, hey, I visited my gold claim. It's like, no, that's not
Yeah.
Right.
like it has to be something difficult and somewhat risky on behalf of a thing you're passionate about. Okay. And if you roll a set of matching 10s, then you get a willpower. Does not count if you have automatic hard dice. It has to be a roll. Sorry. And
So 1 in 100 chance to get it back.
yeah, absolutely. Also, like victory. If you get a big victory over another superhuman in combat, that can be a thing where you get a willpower point. Things like that. When spending willpower for your gifts, basically. So if circumstances are right, at any time you can give any number of willpower points to another character. So if you really are feeling like, hey, this is your power is the power that can save us all. Like the moment Jean Grey uses her psychic ability to help Cyclops, that sort of thing. Like push through. So you can give willpower points away if you really want to. I wouldn't be willy-nilly about it. Like it's a life or death thing.
Yeah.
So to improve things, inspiration in the roll phase, you can spend a point of willpower to take on one bonus die. So when we get more into combat, you can basically get extra things. But the problem is willpower is basically a very important thing. If you spend all of it, then you start losing your powers. You start losing your abilities, and eventually you black out as if you use all of your willpower and your base willpower. So it can be it's an amazing thing to do, but just like in the comic books, you spend it and you're going to pass out, and then who knows what's going to happen. So use it wisely. But I'm bringing that up since people are visiting the claim, since there are going to be things where you're dealing with probably things that are your passions in the next few scenes. And also the first session is a good time as you're dialing in your character to really figure out what those things are. So, all right. So we've got Red and Gustavo riding into town. And we've got Carla, and I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name again? Grania. I wrote it the right way, and I'm going to write it phonetically.
Yep.
Yeah, do that. Because Gaelic spellings are difficult.
Atrocious.
Gaelic and spelling all around. Oh my God.
So Grianne and Carla are both riding up towards your claim, which is to
Yes.
the north, I believe, of town.
Yes.
I think I've probably ridden ahead a little bit, and once I get a little ways ahead, I'm going to turn around and just kind of scope up behind while Grania catches up.
Grianne, I am going to say, like, you are not full Fae, but you've dealt with Fae enough and stuff that you see, like, every once in a while you see little shimmers on Strawberry.
Okay.
Like, you don't see, like, the full Strawberry effect,
Yeah.
but
I got you. I know your horse is magic.
Love the strawberry effect.
Yeah, the strawberry effect.
absolutely.
There's a little shimmer.
Yeah. You're like,
I bet Strawberry likes to hang out in the forest, too.
probably, do you think?
I mean, I found strawberry stone in the forest.
Yeah.
What does Strawberry like to eat? What's her favorite treat?
Does she eat?
Sure, she'll eat something.
Okay.
I mean, oats.
She like
Magic
crab apples.
Does she like
oats.
strawberries?
Yes. Actually, she does. She gets strawberries very rarely because they're not easy to come by.
No. I'm going to say, though, Gustavo, one thing you have noticed about Strawberry, she doesn't graze. Like most horses, like the minute you stop doing anything, poof, their heads are down, they're looking for anything to eat. Strawberry doesn't graze.
She only eats if I offer her something.
Yeah. The rest of the time, she just stands majestically.
She just poses.
It's Andaluz.
Right.
And there's a lot of things that you can say about Andalusians.
Yes.
First of all,
All
they'll
good things.
exaggerate twice before they tell the truth. That is the absolute truth. And apparently they don't graze. So. It's a Spanish horse.
Most Andalusians do graze. But yes, it
I've
is.
got to read about some horse stuff before next time. Dang.
Yeah.
Go see Cavalla.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that show, it's freaking magnificent.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I used to breed Andalusians and Frisians. So,
My mother is from
Very cool.
Andalusia.
oh, amazing. So, it's fantastic. But yeah, they are majestic and beautiful animals. Anyway,
Incredible.
yeah.
Strawberry is extra majestic.
Super
Bonus majesty.
AF.
Yeah. Grania probably gives her that, like, I see you, horse. Yeah, I know you're magic.
Shaking that. Yeah.
Shaking that tail.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you're headed up, and you're not seeing anything like super strange. What
Okay.
specifically are you looking for when you get to your claim?
Really, I just want to, like, get some real gold, not leprechaun gold, because, there's a lot of people in town.
Yeah.
Might need some spending money to
Okay.
trick them out of theirs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take some gold out of my claim, and also kind of wanted to look around and see if there were any of those napping cattlemen around I could play a prank on.
There's actually, you know what? It seems like they've stopped a little bit shy of the cemetery for the most part. But there's definitely cattlemen you could play a prank on between town and the cemetery.
All right. On the way
But it
back.
seems like they're kind of avoiding the hills, and your claim is pretty close to the forest.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On the way back, we'll tie some shoelaces together. It'll be good.
I do want you both to roll perception, though.
Okay. Let's try this again, dice. Watch
Trying
you.
to spy on Jim again as I go into the hills, see if he's doing anything weird.
Try some different ones.
I got double zeros.
Yay!
Oh, I got triple zero.
Ooh.
Look at me. Good
Well, I
job,
think
dice.
that means, let's see.
So apparently it was the map.
It was absolutely.
The mat or maybe the blue dice.
Yep.
Shunned for now.
So if you roll a set of matching 10s, you both get a willpower point.
Yay.
And you guys have to start remembering that because I'm not going to remember that every time.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
but both of you both add a willpower to your character sheet.
Awesome.
And 3 10s. All right, so you take your time. You're headed up there, but it's also an area you know really well, and you've probably gone with her up there before too, Carla. So you both know the area very well. As you're coming back down, you notice, especially because you're watching so closely for cattle near the forest, you notice there's a bunch of cattle tracks coming in and out of the forest.
Get out of my forest.
Yeah. Like a lot, like a large number, like not a full herd, but like more, like a couple dozen animals
Okay.
have been through here into the forest and back out again.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm definitely telling Carla that. Carla,
Yeah.
I mean, you noticed that too, probably.
Yep.
You see that?
Double
Those-
tens,
those
goddamn.
Cattle
Yeah,
are going in my
knocked out
forest.
That's pretty unusual, ain't it?
Better be staying out of my favorite part of the forest.
Don't usually see cows going into the forest. I wonder.
No, they usually steer clear of it, as
Hey,
everyone likes to
You
say.
said it. You did say it.
Real weird. Those guys in town made a point of saying that cattle didn't want to go in the forest.
Does it look like they've gone in or out? Like, can we tell if maybe some have gone in and not come out yet?
You can't tell exactly how many, but you can tell the more recent tracks are coming out. Like,
Coming out.
yeah, under the tracks underneath are the ones going in, and the tracks on top are coming out.
Okay.
But there's no way of knowing if all the animals came in or out.
Any chance you want to take a detour before checking out your claim?
I mean, I'm always up for going in the creepy forest. You know that.
I'll let you lead the way, though.
Okay. I do know my way in there pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we'll head off towards the forest.
Okay. Awesome.
Following the trail of the cows.
The cow trail.
Yep. All right, so you are riding to the forest. Gentlemen, what are you doing in town? Gustavo and Red. Someone's touching their mic and they need to stop it.
I don't think it's me.
Oh, I think it's my hair.
Oh, maybe.
Hold, please.
Yeah, that might be it.
mic is backwards, so
Nope.
I had to put it on my
Is someone playing with a wire?
Maybe it was me.
Mike?
I was playing with my zipper.
Yeah, don't.
Quit fidgeting.
Wait, I can do this. Aha, there we go.
Winning.
All right.
Oh, yay. That's
All right.
better.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable anyway.
All right. So, yeah. So you guys are heading into the forest. You guys are probably back in town by now, even
Yeah.
with how Grenadine walks.
Saunters. Grenadine Saunters.
She does. It's a total Saunters.
But yeah, I think we were going to talk about spreading that rumor about
Right.
the
Hoof and mouth disease.
mouth disease.
Yeah. All right. So you are starting to that rumor is like that's a pretty serious deal. Like nobody wants to deal with that, especially on the cow trail. Especially because once you get to Dodge City, like infected at cattle, like drops the price.
Well, yeah, if there's one infected, it's like a
Yeah.
rotten apple in the barrel.
Right.
They're screwed.
So you start seeing cow hands like, okay, we got to go, like wrapping it up, starting to head back to their horses, starting to go check on their cattle.
Is there a reason all you got to go?
I am sorry for the nasty side effect. But I thought it proved.
You know, I was hoping to make up the money I was going to lose tonight today.
Well, you did not have it in your hands, so you really did not lose it. You just failed to gain it.
I'm getting enough to like you.
I am trying to make you look at things into a positive light, my friend.
Yes, your positive light is preventing me from getting any money. But that's fine. Lenora, can I get a whiskey? I need to not be sober if I'm going to be this poor.
I would like to buy this man a whiskey since he is so poor.
Yes, I will get you a whiskey, but unfortunately they drank all the cheap whiskey. We only have the expensive whiskey left.
Oh, no.
That is terrible news. Please give us two then.
Expensive whiskey.
She smiles. And if you had a shot from behind the bar, you'd see her putting the cheap whiskey away and pulling out.
I know what she's up to. I just don't
of
care.
course.
Yeah.
Especially with how much
make
she,
your money.
especially with how much he fleeces her other customers. It's like, this is what she
And I feel kind of bad because I did chase away a lot of our customers, so
Yeah.
I feel kind of shitty.
All right.
Now, question regarding your fake gold. Is it something noticeable that I would notice other people were betting with your fake gold?
Oh, unless... So if I was nearby, they could be betting with it, and you probably wouldn't notice.
Okay.
If I'm gone, they can't be betting with it because it
It's gone.
disappears.
Okay. Perfect.
So she has to be present for it to exist.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't sticking myself with fake gold.
Reports.
Yeah.
Mysterious pickpocket hits town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we're friends,
Right.
So I think she tries not to.
Right. I was making sure, like, if you tricked someone and came to my table and then bet with that money, I wasn't going to get stuck with gold that was going to disappear.
Yeah, she'd probably like give you a wink or something and
Okay.
like head nod at that one.
Dig it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And also, I'm really, really nice to the horses. and animals in general. My whole thing is kind of totemic. So, yeah, he's really cool with animals. He likes them, which is why he raises sheep, because he doesn't have to kill them.
Nice.
I like it. Aww, it's cuddly.
Sweet, fuzzy little jerks. Sheep.
Sheep aren't jerks. They're dumb jerks, but they're cute dumb jerks. Actually, baby goats are one of the cutest things ever.
Yes, and they jump on you,
Yeah.
So cute.
and they jump on other animals.
I want a fainting goat so bad.
They're so cute.
Okay. So yeah, so we're
Well,
doing that, and basically, as it starts getting towards dusk, like an hour away, I'm gonna head out towards the Pueblo
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
to
Are
the
you
cat cave.
going with him, or
I
have you? How long? It's probably been a minute. Like
Yeah.
you probably have noticed that they're not back yet.
Yeah, they should have been back a little while ago. That's a good point. They should have been back a
why
couple
I went
hours
to
ago. Don't you think?
Do you think something may have happened to them? I mean, they are very capable.
Well, yes, but that many Winchester men, you never know what's going to happen.
I think it's better to choose a more cautious course of action. Let's find out what's happened to them. I am also concerned.
Well, I guess we can go back out to that gold mine, or that gold claim.
Well, let's trot on out there.
Oh no, no, his cell phone.
I know, right? That's the best part about running old school games. You have to write a letter and have it carried on a pony to talk to somebody, or go find them yourself.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you roll right out on Grenadine and
Garcia.
There you go. I'm like, it starts with the G. I'm gonna forget everyone's names except the horses.
Well, I'm going to give mine a hard to pronounce Gaelic one, so just wait.
That's all right.
Ooh,
That's all right. I would too. I'd give mine an Elvish name. So I have a list of names. Someday when I own a horse, I have a list at home. I'm a 5-year-old girl. Okay. So you guys are riding out. You're not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Doesn't seem like the Winchesters have moved really. Cattle are still where they are. You head up to where her claim is, and you're not seeing them. Do you guys want to already be in the forest, or do you want them to intersect with you?
I will have already gone in.
I think, yeah, time-wise, we probably
Yeah.
have already
Yeah.
gone into the forest.
Cool. Okay. So you guys have headed into the forest. You guys want to roll perception?
Sure.
Yes.
Nope.
Wait.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
awesome at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you.
The actual gentleman.
Oh, actual.
Oh.
Yes.
Perception.
You're playing a lady in this game, Mike.
It's a whole 4 dice. I believe in you, 4 dice. 2 sevens.
There you go.
I believe in you.
3 10s.
Oh, goddamn. Mark
Well, I have 2 hard dice on.
Oh, okay. Then no, you don't
I'm
get
not
to mark.
marking jack.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to keep forgetting that they're hard dice, so remind me. No, you absolutely noticed, especially you, Gustavo, that, as you're coming back, you also notice, wow, that's a crazy amount of cattle track. And there's horse tracks. Oh, and those tracks right there are completely unshod, like magical horse tracks. Like, not
Or does
magical.
Strawberry leave horse tracks?
Oh.
I don't know. Does she, Mike?
Ooh,
When
I have
she
an idea.
wants.
I have an
Okay.
idea.
What's your
Yeah.
idea?
Maybe horse track shaped little patches of wildflowers just sprout up wherever she walks.
There's absolutely.
I love it so much.
Sure.
But temporarily, so
Yes.
it goes away in a little bit,
Yeah.
so not everybody notices where she's been.
Yes.
Okay, that's.
I like that very much.
Love that so much.
That is awesome.
So yeah, you're riding through, and you're like, oh, there, a bunch of cattle tracks, a horse track. Oh, Strawberry's been here.
I'd like to make a caveat that that's something that I can have Strawberry not do because I am, by definition, a stealthy character.
True. Yeah. I'm not. I love that idea so much.
Yeah.
But I think that does kind of give a big disadvantage.
That's true.
No, how
So-
about he's the only one who can see them? There are elements of her meaning
yeah,
that
maybe-
only he can see.
Oh yeah, maybe
Ooh.
only Carla and probably Grania too. Sorry, I just like it.
That's great.
I'm gonna name all my characters
You are so
difficult
slick, Kimmy.
things.
I am made of cool. That is what I am made of. Is all
My telepathy says nay.
so you roll for it.
Unintended.
No. Okay.
You see at least one pair of horse tracks. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Well, I like that though. That we can both see it.
Yeah. But there is definitely something different because most people out here would have some sort of shoes on their horses, something like that. Strawberry does not have shoes. And there's also something just a little different about, like, they're lighter than they should be. Like, they're not as deep. Like, if she walked through mud, like, they wouldn't be as deep as you'd expect a full Andalusian's hoof prints to be. So, 3 fucking 10s, that's what you got.
Cool.
And you noticed cows came here.
Hey! I know what cow tracks look like.
Muy bien, Rojito. I think I know where they went.
Excellent.
I'm going to assume that means well-dressed gentlemen and go with you.
It means little red one.
All right.
I mean,
It's not wrong.
So yeah, we'll go into the woods, which actually kind of fills me with a little anxiety, because usually if I do go into this, I'm in her company, but I'm assuming I will be soon. So
hopefully, yeah.
yeah,
All right, so you were riding into the forest. You guys have already been in the forest. You go through and you do hear like what sounds like not a large number, but maybe like 10 head of cattle like ahead of you in the forest. And you know that's really super weird because most of the cows don't want to go anywhere near the forest. And cows have been known to disappear in the forest, be eaten, whatever happens to things in a creepy forest.
Well, I am going to once I hear that, I'm going to dismount Strawberry and dismiss her.
Okay.
She trots off and there's a mist and she's gone.
I am also going to dismount, but my horse doesn't fade into mist, even though it looks like it should, because it's all speckly and silver. And just be like, stay here. I'll be right back.
Do you have a way with horses? Do you like animal?
I didn't.
Do you take driving skills?
No.
I did take
different.
drive horse. Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, is there animal handling skills here?
There are, but it's more going to be luck. Like, there's not like,
okay.
Or if you took a power that was like commune with animals.
I don't have commune with animals. Okay. I do have luck, though.
You do have luck. All right, roll your luck.
Okay.
Because we're going to see if your horse thinks it's important to stay quiet right now.
Okay.
Horses are dicks.
My luck is my, like, power thing.
Yeah.
So I add it onto a roll. So what would I roll to get my horse to be like, shh, stay here?
That is a great thing. Let me see.
Maybe survival?
I do have survival.
Maybe empathy?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Oh, you have a lot of empathy.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but you roll like empathy or streetwise or survival, like whatever you feel is most appropriate. It's not a big thing, but horses are not quiet animals, especially if there are other horses nearby. They tend to whinny and be like, "Hey, other horse, I want to hang out with you."
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to.
Let's go with
sneaky.
empathy, because she probably has like a friendship thing hanging with her horse.
Yeah, I can see that.
Totally see that.
Friendship is magic.
Yeah, friendship is magic.
It is.
Dude, you
And I love
you
magic.
pinned the tail on that donkey.
Pony.
Sorry. I still think you should have ridden the donkey.
I thought about it.
That would be amazing.
Oh, there's a lot of twos.
Oh, so many twos.
Yeah,
4
4
twos.
2s.
Okay. Well, you've succeeded.
Or
so
2 3s.
Which one would you like?
I don't know which one's better.
Well, they're very close, so it doesn't really
Let's
matter.
go with the 4 2s.
I just wanted a success. So basically, you've convinced your horse that okay, everything's cool here. Eat this grass. Don't whinny at the other horses that are probably nearby and give away our position.
Yeah, shush it, horse. We're in the forest.
Yeah, that's the biggest annoying thing. I've watched a lot of westerns lately, and it's always like, and the horses are like, they never whinny at the other. They 100% would do that in real life.
Trained.
They're not. Well, you can't train a horse not to whinny. Like it does. I mean, you can, but it's very difficult and it's ridiculous.
I'd like to kind of like give Grania like a hold on, and I'm gonna kind of sneak forward and stealthily move my way into a position where I can kind of see where these cows are hanging out.
Okay. Roll yourself.
Heck yes.
I also have
So-
stealth.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
You would know that because you guys
Sure.
have probably done stuff
Yeah,
before.
so we can.
She's kind of sneaky.
So we can like kind of work
This
together.
is not
then.
episode
Yeah.
1 of your friendship.
Yeah,
so,
well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. So yeah, retcon.
Yeah.
We sneak
Together.
together.
I'm gonna let you sneak first because you're probably sneakier.
Now, remind me, with wiggle dice,
Mm-hmm.
do you roll your regular dice first and then like put your wiggle dice to whatever
Yep.
you
Then
want
you
to
assign
match
them,
to?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So if you get 2 6s, you can get 2 more 6s.
Absolutely. So,
So,
yeah, so just clarifying, if you have a wiggle dice, you get to basically, you roll your other dice, and then you get to
Two
pick
sevens.
whatever number you want on that dice. And
those
so
are
you-
ones.
Oh.
Those are a lot of ones. So I'm just going to take that 0 and
7? No, that's a 4, sorry.
I now have 3 10s.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
And that's why wiggle
But there's
dice are
wiggle
awesome.
dice, but so I don't get the.
Yeah, you don't get the willpower. So, but yeah, you do. Like you are the knight. You are shadow. Grania, why don't you roll?
I am gonna use my stealth, but
My-
since I'm not as stealthy, I'm gonna add my luck to it.
Here, do this with it, and then pin here.
Okay.
The other way.
Or on the other side. All right, what do you go ahead and roll?
Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna roll my stealth, which is 5, and then I'm gonna add my lucky miracle power, which means I get to add up to 4 regular dice and 2 wiggle dice to any die roll.
Okay.
And I have this power. Basically, I have a total of 36 charges, and then I have to like go and
Cool.
recharge it. Basically,
You are responsible for keeping track of
I
that.
will.
Okay.
Yes, I will mark.
I'm not gonna do that.
I know.
I trust you. So,
Just do a 1 here.
yeah.
There we go.
So basically, you'll roll everything except the wiggle dice. Just
Okay.
keep your wiggle dice out, and then you can afterwards pick whatever numbers you want to be on those dice.
Okay.
So you roll your 5 dice plus 2 dice of your luck power, and then those final 2 wiggle dice you can add at the end,
Okay.
right? Because you have 5 in your stealth.
5 in stealth, 4 regular dice in lucky, and
got it.
then 2 wiggle
And then
dice.
2 wiggle dice.
She's very lucky.
You can't roll that many. Yes, you can. You're maxed
Oh, right,
out at
right.
10.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
you're rolling 8 dice and then
So I
2
roll
wiggle
8, and
dice.
then I can add 2.
Yeah.
4, 5,
Sorry, I
7,
missed.
8. There we go. Gotcha. I forgot about the 10 roll. Okay.
There's a couple of 8s.
Ooh, couple of 8s. Yeah. Let's make that 4 8s with these wiggle dice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that works.
Sneaky.
You are very
Yeah.
sneaky. You are also very close to almost being the knight. You're just slightly less sneaky than Carla.
You're
Tell
the
me you have
desk.
stealth.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're going to be like, hi! Everybody's like, disappears.
No.
You're the designated distraction.
Right? I mean, I'm not bad at it. My coordination is very high.
No, there you go.
Oh, that's good.
So that works.
Yeah.
But his grenadines.
Horse,
Shut up.
be very, very quiet.
The horse just like, don't tell me what to fucking do.
I do what I want.
Yeah. I feel like if you ever tried to read grenadine, there would just be this waft of, God, I hate you so much.
Right?
Like,
You,
oh,
your
God.
only upside is that you're light.
Yeah. Good thing you never ask me to go quickly and you feed me a lot.
Right.
All right. All right. So you guys you can sneak wherever the heck you want.
Yeah, sneaking towards those cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
See what's up.
in between the trees, like the night.
Like the night.
Like
You
the
are the
night.
night. All right. As you're sneaking, we're going to have Gustavo and Red coming into the forest.
Oh, good. I like this. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Do we
it's gonna
spot
go well.
her horse outside of the forest?
Can I have more whiskey before this happens?
Yes, you may.
Here, I'll let you pour it.
So
have you use your
we took
gift.
our sweet time getting into this forest. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
We did. We were very careful about our sneaking.
I mean, they're just entering the forest. They're not entering your scene. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
you guys are farther into the forest, but they are just entering the forest.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's not a gigantic forest, so they're going to be there in a couple of
Yeah.
minutes, but you guys also went to the claim and, like, checked out the claim, and didn't you want to get gold? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
some gold
So
out of
you-
it.
yeah.
We did that. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she actually did a little bit of prospecting and had to get some gold and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like real gold. Not.
Yeah, pickaxe the surface. Oh, there it is.
That's totally how that works.
For her, yes.
Yes.
Kicks ground. Gold flies up.
Yeah. Amazing. Carla goes and tries it. No, this is just rock. I don't know. What is happening?
How do you do that?
So while you guys are getting off your horses, like parallel to that, we have these two gentlemen entering the forest.
Cool. What
But
would
my
you like?
question was, do I see her horse outside of the forest?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you leave your horse? Super far away? Did you guys have a long way?
Probably
to
just, like, in... Like,
Once we heard the cows is when we
Yeah.
kind of dismounted, so it's
Okay,
probably
not very far into the
probably a
forest.
couple hundred feet outside of where we're sneaking to.
far enough in that you probably can't see my horse, who needs a name, from outside the forest. But, like, once you get in, you're like, oh, there's that horse.
Yeah. Mike, for your powers and the way you built Strawberry, do
Yes.
you have to be present for Strawberry to do things?
Yes, because it's like I call her to me, and then she does stuff for me. Like
Okay.
she can like help defend me, and
Okay. So they would be anyway. They would see her on their way into the forest.
no, she has gone into the mist.
Okay. Wherever that is. Okay. Awesome. All right. So yeah, you guys. Okay, you're just riding into the forest. You don't see anybody's horse.
Yep.
Gustavo, I'm gonna say though, I mean, you've been in a lot of these situations before. As El Jaguar, you take this on a lot. You do the element of surprise well.
Yes.
So you would probably know at some point, okay, there's stuff happening here. You probably too would start hearing the cows up ahead.
Well, I know better than to ride my horse into these forests.
Kind of what I was hoping.
I'm pretty sure that she would have advised me. It's like, if you ever go in there,
Yeah.
just make sure that this, and this. I'm like, dang. So yeah, I will. Actually, Gustavo is very well. Garcia is very well behaved, so I'm just going to leave him grazing outside.
Okay.
And I do not know what you are going to do with your friend here.
Well, horse is very,
I was talking
very
to the
good. I think I've been insulted.
No, my friend, he has to decide whether he wants to be here or inside the forest. I suggest you stay here.
Horse, I suggest you stay here.
I don't think he likes you.
Red, I'm going to say that you have 100% seen people tie their horses up before.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know the basics of...
Okay.
I've seen people tie a horse to a post. Like, I'm familiar with that. I'm not going to let the horses run free.
Okay, good. I'm good. Good checking.
Yeah.
All right.
Say, Garcia, protege a tu amigo. Es tu amigo. He's your friend, okay? You walk out for him. I go in the forest now. Okay, so we'll go inside, and I guess I'll start checking for tracks. Or is there obvious cattle sound?
There's definitely cattle sound. As a rancher, even you recognize the sound of not a large herd, but a group, a dozen or so, like I said earlier, ahead of you, and you do continue to see the tracks of their horses, Strawberry and the soon-to-be named Arabian horse, going into the forest.
Question about the vision I got when I was reading Jim. Cows at night. Was it night in a field? Is it at night in a forest? Was there...
You couldn't quite tell because
Okay.
it was looking down from a horse.
Okay.
So it was looking down at the cows from above. So you didn't quite see are there trees above. It was more cattle bodies moving in a mass. At
Okay.
night. So I was careful about what I told you.
I thought you might have been.
Yeah, sometimes. Okay, and okay. So you two
Yeah.
are walking in, and Carla and Grianne, you are sneaking with all the sneak ever of the sneak.
Question.
Yeah.
Are the cattle sounds coming from in the direction of the standing stones?
They can be. Do you want them to be?
I'm just asking if they are.
They're kind of just ahead of you.
They're just ahead
So
of us.
that kind of depends. I was saying that you were just aiming after them.
Okay.
I
mean, she would prefer not. That's going to be
yes,
alarming.
she would. But as a
Yeah.
player, Samantha, what would you like?
Oh. I want what my character wants because she's me.
Accurate. Okay. Well, I'll just say it's hard to tell.
Okay, hard to tell. That's fine.
because you're entering the forest, and I know on the map there's like 4 trees, but it's more trees than that. It's a representation of forest more than actual depiction of trees. So
I got it.
you know that the cows are deeper in the forest. Whether it's sort of in the general direction, but there's no way to tell.
Okay. Gotta get those cows then.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So while you're sneaking, what are you trying to do?
I want to see what these cows are up to. Like, cows don't go in the forests. Mm-hmm. We know this. We've seen the cattle around here. We know that they steer clear. Again,
Every time.
it's every time. So I just want to see if they're behaving differently, or if they're the same kind of cows I saw earlier that belonged to the Winchesters that were unusual. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm also looking if anyone has driven them in here.
Okay. Yeah, you see the Winchester's men. As you get closer, you start seeing the actual cattle. They very clearly have brands from other ranches. These are not Winchester cattle. And yeah, some of them do match the ones you saw earlier with the Winchester brands. You're like, those are very clearly of the same bloodline of steer. Like, but these have very clear brands that, like there's no way to change that. Like, they're not, it's like these brands, I would have seen them earlier on those other steer. And there's Winchester hands, the same ones that you would have seen riding away from Jim earlier, who generally don't work cows. They're more like the bodyguards.
Okay, these are the enforcer types, not the cow herding.
Yeah,
types.
for some reason they're herding cows, but they are definitely, they know their way around the fight.
I would like to, while we're sneaking in, look for evidence of magic.
All right.
Because taking cows into the creepy forest seems like you're probably doing something nefarious in there.
What?
I mean, and if you're bringing them into a magic forest and you're taking them out Winchester cows when they weren't Winchester to begin with, it smells like magic.
Possibility. Would Carla have thought of that?
Magic horses?
Like
magic cows?
Magic cows, sorry.
You're so thinking about your
I'm
horse.
still thinking about magic horses all the time.
Welcome to my entire childhood. That is what it was like to be young Kimi. Magic horses with sparkles.
No, I'm not. Carla's not thinking about magic cows right now. She's just thinking something's weird going on, and she knows cows don't go in the forests, and I mean there are reasons for that, but she probably thinks that like the Winchesters can force them in if they want them to, but
Yeah.
why would they do that?
That's a good question. All right, so you're wondering magic.
Yeah, why are the Winchesters using my magic forest for cow magic? Rude.
All right, so you're going to roll.
Okay.
I've never had somebody roll to notice magic in Wild Talents.
Is that like investigate maybe, or
I would say
Scrutiny?
Either scrutiny or
I would
perception.
say scrutiny, perception, or investigate. I mean, I feel like since you are
Okay.
you have a link to magic, it could be something that you could just notice.
Yeah, okay.
empathy?
So
No.
my scrutiny and perception are the same, so
Okay.
let's
Perfect.
roll that. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let you add your luck roll to this.
Okay, I wasn't going
Okay,
to.
cool. Just because this isn't a luck thing, this is
Yeah.
like...
I got nothing. Well,
Beans.
They are in a magic forest, and they are cows.
the forest is magic. There's cows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does sometimes the magic of the forest throw off?
It's probably like just general magic, so it's hard to notice specific magic
Yeah.
in there, I
Yeah,
guess.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I have one question. Are the Winchester boys here armed?
Yes.
Okay.
So you've probably never seen a Winchester boy not armed.
Sure. Just wanted to make sure.
All right.
And how many do we see?
You see probably 6 right now.
Okay.
which is a large number
That's too many.
it's a large number for this small group of cattle.
Okay.
Like generally for a dozen cows, like it's like one dude.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's six armed dudes here with like 12 head of cattle is like weird.
Okay.
That is weird.
Yeah. All right, so you guys have snuck close. You've done your noticing, and your lack of noticing. Too much. I feel like you noticed too much magic, so that I think your description of that was perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
she's definitely like, huh, what's going on? Ooh, shiny.
yeah. There is magic everywhere. I can't see anything. It's like trying to see smoke and fog. All right, and Gustavo and Red, you guys about this time have probably gotten pretty close.
Great. Okay.
You definitely hear the cows. They probably made a fire too, so you can't see Grania and Carla, but you definitely there's a big group of cows up there. There's some dudes who are armed. This is your thing.
We are of the night, so.
We are
Yeah.
of the night, yes.
But I'm going to go into my saddlebag and change.
Costume change.
Costume change. Yeah. Yes. I do not wish to be noticed as the person that I am.
Tell me about your costume.
Okay, so it's there's
Is it pink?
no, it's black and gray,
You want to be the pink Jaguar?
but it
Yes.
Everything is beautiful and pink in this game.
Is it sparkly?
but it's the costume in and of itself is actually just like very Zorro-esque with black silks and gloves and boots and stuff. But the interesting thing is the mask that he wears is sort of very Aztec-y looking, and it has some black feathers coming out the back, and has that sort of like sort of like kind of like
So you told me Mayan.
yeah.
Okay, Mayan.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Maya basically led to
Yes.
the Aztec, and a lot of the imagery is very similar. But the
Taught that in history class. I'm showing off that I know stuff
the
about
Maya
things
language
other
is
than
actually
horses.
still spoken.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sort of like this really cool sort of like wooden kind of carved mask that has
Yeah.
a stylized jaguar
Nice.
on it.
Beautiful.
And of course, it's like I black out my eyes underneath, so it looks jet black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And we're just gonna like hand wave that like the movies with Batman and stuff does. Like magically you put on the mask and like you've got black around your eyes and you take it off and it's magically gone.
but the chest is adorned with this vest, and the vest inside has a whole bunch of throwing knives that are also blackened.
Nice.
And he has 2 whips, one on each hip.
Cool. Fantastic. And we figured out the damage for the whips. Did you
Yes.
have the throwing knives already?
I just took the standard knife
Perfect.
damage.
That's great. Okay. Awesome. Very cool. It's a fantastic outfit. I
Okay.
appreciate you describing that in detail.
So I'm going to look at you and go, are you good at making yourself hit?
Well, I can certainly try. I usually prefer to be seen so people come up to me, but I'd be more than happy to give it a shot.
Actually, no. He doesn't speak with the when he puts on the when he puts on the costume, the accent disappears,
Okay.
and he goes, "Well,
Batman voice.
Oh,
Give
Batman.
me Batman voice.
maybe it's best. Maybe it's best if we just go in together. At least I can cover your back. If both of us go in without, if both of us try to sneak in and one of us fails, we both fail."
It's so good, Jim. I really. It's so good. That's
so
why I'm
good.
giggling because it's so good.
It's so good.
Great. Oh god, I love that. And that's such a great idea with like the contrast. That's
Yeah.
So smart.
It's very
Okay.
All right. So, and I go, just follow me. Stay close. He starts creeping
All right,
into the woods.
I'll pull one of my guns so I'm ready in case I need it, but hopefully not.
He has basically a knife in each hand that's sort of like palmed and wristed, so you don't see it right away. And he starts moving in, and he's very quiet moving in, but you can tell he's not trying to be super stealthy because the last thing he wants is to be hidden. Him being the only visible target if
Yeah.
there's a bad guy, and him getting riddled full of bullets while I'm safely hidden in the shadows.
Right.
So I'm not trying to be super. I'm trying to be quiet, but not visibly stealthy.
Right.
So we're making stealth checks, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
Okay. I'm actually pretty decent at it. Stealth. Get 2 hard dice.
Hard dice and stealth too.
I do.
No, he has hard dice in the stack.
I have hard dice in coordination.
Nice. So it's the 8.
I'm gonna take those 2 10s.
Nice.
I got 3 8s.
All right.
Pretty sneaky.
Yeah. It takes you a while, Red. You have to go super slow. But you are able to be very stealthy. But you are going at like half the pace, literally. Half the pace.
No, basically when I go,
Yeah.
whatever he's comfortable with, I just match it.
Okay.
And he's being really quiet, so I'm going, that's perfect. Let's just...
Yeah. He's actually, at that pace, he's actually a little bit quieter than you are. Probably because you are watching his back so much and looking around so much while he's literally only concentrating on not tripping on things. So,
These things are true.
fantastic. All right, so you start getting closer. I'm going to have Carla and Grianne, will you guys please roll perception?
Yes.
Because I'm going to see how, if you notice that your friends have suddenly arrived.
See if we can notice a thing.
And you can use luck for this one.
I think I'm not
I got 2 9s.
Okay.
I got 2 7s.
Okay. Granny, you think you're like, okay, I think that's Gustavo over there.
Yeah.
Like, just because, like, there's just a moment where, and you're so familiar with stuff in this forest, you're like,
That's not dark green. That's all black.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Carla, you definitely are like, you've probably done like stealthy things like together, like with the group before, and you kind of know Gustavo's sneak patterns.
Do we see them?
Roll perception.
Perception for everyone.
That's good.
I mean, I think I would like kind of signal to them anyway. So
Yeah.
That's
a whole lot of nothing. I'm
Red,
so focused.
You are so focused.
That's 4 10s.
Don't
And I get a
step
willpower
on
because those
twigs.
2 natural
Yes.
10s.
Basically, yeah.
You've actually been aware of where they were this entire time and have been slowly leading Red in that direction.
Yay!
And yeah, you get close enough, and you and Carla probably have like a signal to each other that you guys have worked out and used before. So you know where they are, and you head close, and pretty close. Soon you're all for the night together.
we can't really talk. Are these guys doing anything that would suggest, like, do they have their guns drawn, or are they all just?
No, they're keeping an eye out, but they're not trying to be super quiet. They probably don't expect anybody to be in this creepy forest in the middle of the night. It's actually a pretty good hiding place.
How many people did we say?
There were
There's
6 people. The cows are making a bunch of noise. They're talking and having conversation. Like, they've got a fire going.
Ooh,
Like,
eavesdropping. What's
Yeah, what
their
are they saying?
conversation about?
Yeah. They're, for the most part, the hands near you are just talking, like bullshit. Like, they're
Okay.
talking about, hey, I lost some money, and that asshole in the saloon again. Like, stuff like about their days and things like that.
Okay.
But they are on watch. Like, they're not expecting anything, but they're watching these cows, and they've kind of got an eye out.
Okay.
Can I? Do I recognize any of the brands as any of the people that have come through? Is there?
Yeah, absolutely. So the brands are a couple, about half the herd, half this group here. It's not the herd, but half of them are from one of the ranches that drives through, and the other half are from a different one. So 6 cows from one, 6 cows from another, and they're very clear brands.
6 of one, half dozen.
Exactly.
There you go. I'm gonna do something silly then.
Oh, awesome. All those silly
it.
things.
So I'm gonna step out of the woods
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "Howdy, boys." Very friendly. Howdy, how you doing? The McCarthy boys asked me to come and check on their cattle. Just wanted to see what you're doing out here.
Okay.
And you're worried about me blowing our cover.
I'm saying it's like as if yes, I'm trying to be very confident.
I'm
about
trying to
this.
climb a tree.
Like the I'm the McCarthys. I'm going to say the McCarthys are the one
Yeah.
of the brands I
Sounds
recognize.
Sure, absolutely. I'm writing that down. Immediately, like, click, 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 a bunch of guns pointed at you.
Ain't no need for that.
Do you know the Winchester hands well enough for them to actually know your name and stuff? I mean, it's a middle-sized town.
Oh yeah, we've all been in town. They know that I've gone. They know me as the courier, as kind of one does
So
odd
you
jobs.
haven't beat the shit out of them before?
Probably not.
Not that they know of?
I don't want to blow my. I haven't blown that cover.
Okay. All right.
Wait, I want. What kind of clothes are you wearing?
That's a good question.
It's my normal stuff. Like I'm basically wearing, riding chaps, boots, probably like a white shirt, black hat.
Nice.
Nothing.
Cool. No, I just wanted to know whether you were wearing ladies' garments.
Oh, maybe not a white shirt, but like a.
You can wear a white shirt as a lady.
Brown.
Yeah,
Well.
You are the knight. You could have worn neon pink and not been noticed in the forest with that many tens.
Girls with pants are a rarity in the West.
That's okay.
But,
There's at least 2 of them in this
Especially,
town.
especially
happen.
if she's working as a courier.
Yeah.
And especially this far out, it was actually much more common than in towns. Because practicality, address rips, there's only so many things you can do. So I'm fine with you wearing pants if you'd like.
I just want to
I'm
know
not saying I'm not fine.
I just want to know if I can roll to lie to them. That's basically what my goal was here.
Well, what you do is you lie.
Yeah.
And then you make a roll.
Yeah. Well, I lied. I said I'm out here on behalf of the McCarthy boys to look out for to check on their cattle.
I'm not going to actually make you roll
Okay.
because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So you can be the best liar in the world, and
The reaction would be the same.
yeah, they've been told not to let anyone near these cattle.
Okay.
So, and especially people from the ranches where these cattle are from.
Sure.
So,
Oh.
yeah, so fantastic. I'm not trying to know and you, but I'm doesn't matter how well you lie, so I'm not going to make you roll.
Sure.
You could roll fantastic or bad, and it would not change the outcome of this particular situation. Carla, nice to see you. What the hell are you doing in the forest? It's going to be Richie.
Shit, Richie.
Well, a couple.
Richie.
And Richie, you don't know him well, but he's a good gambler. He really dislikes Red. Because Red, for whatever reason, just keeps fucking beating him, even though he's got a good poker face. He knows it. Whenever Red's not there, he makes a killing at the saloon.
Well, someone spotted you boys driving the McCarthy's cows out here, and they asked me to come check on it. So I just wanted to see what you fellas were up to.
Yeah, that was a stupid move, Carla. You should have kept carrying your mail. We ain't got no beef with you, so many cow jokes.
So many cow jokes.
But you back out of here and forget you saw this, and be best for you. You're a nice gal. I don't want to hurt you or nothing.
They all have pistols drawn.
Yeah, literally every single one of these guys now has their guns aimed at you.
Well, boys, I can see that you've got your own business to attend to. So, we'll say we'll forget all about this, and I'll tell those McCarthy boys I ain't seen nothing out here.
Yeah, that's the best. Probably best. We won't tell Mr. Winchester about this. We don't want, you disappearing in this forest like cows do sometimes, right? He has that snarky smirk,
And on
jerk
that
guys
note, Granya's gonna pull some gold out of the air and just throw it in a couple directions, behind, away from where she is, behind them into the forest to make some like something creepy is in the forest.
Okay, there's kind of the thing where the horses kind of spook a little bit,
Yeah.
and they and then there's still a couple guns pointed on you, but there's a couple ones who are now waving their guns around into the forest. Do you come alone, Carla?
Okay, so I want to do a thing.
You're the thing.
So I climbed up in a tree. What I want to do is there a way for me to basically, when I'm up in a tree, wrap my whip around one of them's neck and just jump off the branch and sort of reel him up into some bushes?
Ooh.
You can absolutely roll for that.
Okay. That would be whips.
Yes.
Sweet.
And that's coordination, probably?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to go with 4 8s on that.
That's That's very good. You definitely succeed. So you take a moment to kind of aim, especially since they're all focused on Carla, and then like crack, and then it wraps around one of their necks, and you pull it down. Like he goes up, you go down. Their horse takes off, which spooks some of the cattle and spooks some of the other horses, and distracts a bunch of them too. So now half of them are kind of pointing their guns up at the guy. Not, why is he up there? Half of them started pointing them at the horse that was running because they got kind of distracted by that. And there's a couple guns pointing at you now. There's probably only one or two guns pointed at you now, Carla. And I think we just entered combat.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, Wild Talents combat. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this in a while, so let's see how this goes. So you each have a sense stat on your character sheet. Find that. I'm resisting being the fourth grade teacher. Please point at it so I can see you all. Very nice. The person with the highest sense stat goes first in declaring, goes last in declaring what they're doing. So basically, because you have the most senses, you get to see what everyone else is doing
Get to react.
before you make your call. So it seems a little counterintuitive until you think about it as, oh, I'm the most observant. I get to plan more than everyone else does. So what are your sense stats?
4.
3.
Samantha, you get to tell us what you're doing first.
Yay! Okay. Question. How are there any dudes close to the fire?
Probably. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I would like
Say one of them was making coffee.
Let's see. What would I use for like a throw skill?
Probably athletics, coordination.
Athletics? Okay, perfect. So what I want to do is take my flask of whiskey and throw it on the fire to like flare it up at the dudes who are right next to it.
You can absolutely do that. Nice. Okay. We all roll at the same time, so you don't. So you can get
Don't
your
roll
dice
yet.
ready, but
Okay.
don't roll yet.
I would like to use my luck.
Yep, absolutely. You
for
can
that
do
as well.
that for that.
Okay.
Yep. Mike, you were next.
We both had 4.
We both had 4s.
Both had 4s. Okay. Oh God, I don't remember how you break the tie. You can just both declare, and I'll make sure I have that written down for the next game.
Okay.
Or coordination, I think.
I was to say, what's your coordination?
Yeah.
Coordination is 5, and then 2 hard die.
So I have 4.
Okay. So you go first.
So when do these guys go?
They are. I think they're definitely. Oh yeah, they're only 2, so they'll go first. So I mean, they're basically doing what I already described. They're basically, a couple of them are going to fire off. Some of them are pointed at you. Some of them they're going to kind of go as a clump. So just to speed up, I'm not going to have each one of them move individually, especially when they're kind of mindless goons.
Yeah, my thing is I'm going to like dive backwards into the woods.
Okay, cool.
So that'd be like a dodge or something, I guess.
That'd be that could be a dodge. Absolutely.
Or in athletics, easily.
Yeah. Well, dodge I think is part of your coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Athletics is better, but dodge is not that good.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Do you want to dodge their bullets, or are you simply like jumping back into the?
I want to like go to, like dive back into hiding, basically.
Okay.
Or into cover, at least.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of. I'll let you do athletics, I guess, for that.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
I'm going to use one of my telepathy powers, which is my attack power, which is going to do like a mind stun on one of the ones targeting Carla.
Okay. And Gustavo.
I want to time the release of fall of the guy to be in between me and whoever's shooting bullets at me.
Okay. Fantastic. You can absolutely do that. All right. So the way it works is we all get our dice pools ready, and we all roll at the same time. And the rolls will basically dictate how things happen. So this is one of the reasons it's one of my favorite combat systems, is because it's very possible that you say, oh, I'm going to hit him in the head, and someone's like, I'm going to shoot him in the head, and then based on your rolls, maybe you're going to punch a little vapor of blood while there's no head there, or maybe you punch him first and then your hand gets a bullet in it because of the way it times out. So this system, more than a lot of others, really captures what it's like to be in a group fight. So it's fantastic for actual superhero battles. and things can go really wrong really fast. And it's great. It's so good. So, all right, everybody get your die pools. That should probably be included. You can go ahead and roll. It's more like ceremonial at the same time, like, then it all has to be at the same exact time.
Well, I got 4 10s.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
With wiggle die?
Yes,
Yeah.
with, wiggle, with wiggle die.
Wiggle
for
die
me.
and 2 hard dice. Like,
Okay. But you rolled 2 10s.
no, I rolled 1 10.
One
I have
10,
2
okay.
hard dice, 1 wiggle die, and then
I
rolled a
rolled
10.
2 legitimate 10s, not wiggle.
Jesus. Okay. Well,
Did they do a bad job?
it's a very bad job. Yeah. All right. First thing we do is the highest number of pairs, not the number on the dice. So the width of the roll. So I have 3.
2.
4.
4.
Gustavo with 5.
There's 6s, but I got them.
Okay, absolutely. So yours lands first. What was it you were doing?
I was basically
Dropping that guy,
dropping
right?
that guy in front of me as they were shooting at me to basically block them.
Absolutely, it
Absorb the
worked.
blitz.
And boom, boom. That guy is a human shield for you, and just took a whole shit ton of damage. You said 6s, right?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Pencil.
5 6s.
To the arm.
It's on the other
So the way it's working, and we'll talk through this now since I'm marking off damage. On your character sheet, there is an outline of a person.
Yes.
But you will see little boxes in each part of the person. When people do damage rolls, I'm not going to have the bad guys. I'm not necessarily going to have them do damage rolls for things like that. Basically, the number on your dice of your damage rolls tells you what part of the body gets hit. So if you
Okay.
roll a 10, then it hits them in the head. If you roll a 1, it's their left leg. So that sort of thing. There's also 2 types of damage. There's shock damage and there's killing damage. So with these little boxes, you put 1 line through it, it's shock damage. Basically, it means your arm is numb. It's gone dead or something, or you can't use it right now. It's damaged. Killing damage, you put a full X through the box, and that means that it's probably not okay.
Okay.
So if you get shock damage through your whole 4 boxes of your head, you're knocked out. If you get killing damage through all 4, you're not good. So you're dead. Yeah, you are basically, yeah. So the other thing is too, once you fill up all the boxes with shock, it starts becoming killing, even if it's shock damage.
Right.
Okay.
So if you fill up your right arm with all 5 shock damage, and then someone else shock damages you in the arm, you start adding the second little
Gotcha.
tally mark to those boxes. Pretty soon you don't have a right arm anymore, or whatever we decide happens, narratively.
Is it only if you fill torso or head that you die? Is like the arms and legs like they're just honked up real bad?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on how much it is, and it
Okay.
also depends on what kind of damage it is. For example, like electrical damage travels through your body. So from wherever it's grounded, it goes up. So if you get hit in the arm, it'll go up through your arm, hit your torso, and your head. If you hit your leg, it goes all the way up through. So it kind of depends. You also can, we probably don't need to mess with it too much for this particular fight tonight, since this is just kind of like the intro fight to get you guys comfortable with the system. You can also take more time and aim for specific parts of the body if you want. One of the ways you do that is you will take your dice. I have to remember exactly how to do this, but you will, I want a headshot. You will take your die and you'll turn one of them to a 10, and you have to match that die for it to be a success. So that's how you do that. So if you're like, I want to get a torso shot, So I don't know why you do that, but maybe you do. Maybe you don't want to kill him. But that's a thing you can do as well. But again, that also then lowers the chances of your success, because you are taking part of your dice pool and taking it a little bit away if you do the called shot thing. Cool. All right. It's kind of confusing, but don't be scared. It's okay. Anyway, so yeah, the guy that Gustavo just dropped as a human shield took some damage.
I do have one other question.
Okay.
So for the weapons we're using, some of the guns have reload times. Are we following those?
Yeah, and again, fights like this, yes, we will.
Okay.
So, especially because we are using period weapons from this favored land. That's what it is.
Yes.
Is that kind of the expansion? I'm not going to worry about it like too much. But if you shot like 50 bullets, or like maybe not 50. I'm a hyperbole queen. I'm sorry. If you've shot like 15 bullets, I'm like, okay, you probably should like reload.
Well, like for example, my rifle shoots 1 bullet at a time and then takes 6 rounds to reload.
No, we're not following that same.
Because that was pretty much all the guns.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 5 or 6 rounds.
Yeah,
to
I mean
reload.
they're period guns. It's kind of lame.
But I think you also roll and you subtract
you
your width.
subtract. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it could take like anywhere from 0 to 6.
Yeah, I need to. I didn't. That was the thing. I was talking to people in the forum today. Like, I made notes of all the rules. They're going to ask a rule that I didn't write down. Which one will it be? And it's the reload times from this favored land expansion.
Okay.
And that is what it is. So, I'll take a. Let's not worry about that particularly tonight. And I'll look more at those this week. It doesn't strike me as particularly fun to have you have 1 shot and then 6 rounds of reload.
I mean, I can see how many it'll take.
Well, I can see that with the roll, it isn't that if you have a good firearms skill.
Yeah.
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 Maybe.
I mean, although 6 seems a little bit.
That does seem a little
That's a
long.
lot. Well, I think it's. I mean, this favored land is about the Civil War specifically, so I think it's them reloading their muskets in like a battlefield situation.
Oh
Is
no, I
probably
know
what
the
it's
gun that
designed
he's
for.
using. That's not a musket.
Oh, okay. Well then, I don't know. So
Figure it out.
Just
we'll
curious.
figure it out next game.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever see Quigley Down Under? 'Cause that's the rifle he used.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll just say you all got like repeating rifles. Stu just bought one of those. It's so pretty. I'm just like, that's so nice. I don't really want to shoot it, but it's pretty. It makes me think of a movie. All right. Okay, so you rolled 5. You went. They took the guy you dropped. We're gonna name him Guy. All right.
Guy no armo.
Yeah. You were next.
We had
4.
4s.
We had
Both had 4s?
Yeah.
Okay. So your things happen simultaneously.
Ooh, okay. So I throw the contents of my whiskey flask onto the fire to flare it up.
And what was the number on your dice?
I got 4 10s.
We both had 4 10s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Masterful throwing of alcohol. Well done. It's almost like you've done that before. Yeah.
Probably has happened at least once.
Probably.
Not too hard dice.
And then
maybe
I
alcohol.
launched like a stunning mind blast at one of the guys aiming at Carla.
So totally different things happening in different places. Like simultaneously in the movie it was like whoosh, the fire just like flies up. Like extraordinarily weirdly, like much more than that amount of alcohol should do. And one of the guys who has their gun aimed at you, Carla, what was it?
It's 4 10s and it's all stunning damage. It's
Boom.
limited damage but full power.
Yeah, crumbles to the ground, passed out.
Cool.
So there's that guy. So
Does the fire hurt anyone near it?
does the guy who was sitting and making coffee.
Aw.
Bastard.
Oh, the low-level coffee boy.
I know, I was just trying to be nice to his friend.
Poor
making
intern.
coffee.
Can his name be Starbuck?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes.
And I don't know how much damage like random alcohol fire is supposed to do.
Pete Starbucks.
You said there were 10s, so I'm going to say he was like leaning in.
Oh, buddy.
I'll have to look up fire coffee damage later.
He has no eyebrows.
No, not at all.
He's looking like Freddy Krueger, man.
Yeah, I'm going to say
buddy.
he was like leaning in, like just about to do something, and it just boosh right up in his face since you rolled 10s, and 10 is the hit zone for your face. Yeah, so he like super badly burnt and just like stands up and like runs into the forest like yelling in pain.
And
Cool.
everything he calls a face.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Well, we're halfway through the first round and you have 2 of 6 gone. Well done. Carla.
I rolled 5s on and dove back into the forest.
Yeah, 2
to,
5s.
to reset myself.
Okay, I'm going to say you successfully do that.
Okay.
And since one of the guys that was going to shoot at you got knocked out, there's a couple shots that kind of chase you, but nothing hits you. Fantastic. Round 2. The 4 dudes that are left. One of them is crouched under the tree, like with some holes in his gut. And you said 6s. I'm sorry, on his arm.
6s. Yeah, it was on
I crossed out his torso. So his arm, his right arm, and he's right-handed, is like useless, hanging limp at his side. And like he's just like cursing up a storm at his friends, and like trying to get up and trying to run and get out of there, trying to grab one of the horses.
Okay.
And one guy's down, coffee guy's running. The 4 other guys are kind of like looking around for anything to shoot, and they'll probably shoot the closest thing to them. All right, senses again. So we start with Samantha.
Okay. Let's see. So we got one guy cursing and holding his gut, and 3 more dudes trying to look for something to shoot at. Okay. What would I like to do? This is a little close proximity for dynamite.
Just a hair.
I forgot you're a prospector. Great.
Gunpowder Grania, man.
It's awesome.
You know what? I would like to... What's the... well, I guess shooting at somebody is about the same. You know what? Let's throw a big, heavy chunk of gold at somebody's head.
Okay. Excellent. Just a little bit. The burn damage is on page 81 of the Essentials Edition.
Ooh.
And basically you take the normal damage, and in addition, every hit location of the target except the head is now on fire and takes 1 point of shock damage. Except you did... Since you rolled 10s, there's face damage
His head
too.
is on
So
fire.
yeah, so he is all on fire as he runs into the forest.
Don't burn down the trees.
Not cool.
That's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Are we shocked?
No!
Not even a little bit.
I didn't mean it to be, but it ended up being horrific. Yay!
Oops, all fire.
That's the most Samantha quote ever. I didn't mean for it to be, but it ended up being horrific.
Oops, I'm hornets again.
Oh, not the bees.
All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, let's do something equally awful. Let's...
Throwing gold at people.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of those dudes with the gun.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there... Well, yeah, I can shape it. Is there a world in which I can make a bolero out of gold and, like, throw it at them?
Bolas was actually one of the things that I
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
I
mean,
couldn't find anywhere on there.
yeah, you can make anything out of gold.
Yeah. I just want to trip him so he can't shoot at me. Mm-hmm. Let's give it a try.
Yep. Oops.
Okay. And...
What would be like the closest thing, damage-wise, like his weapon-wise, probably?
Well, it's not meant to really harm. It's meant mostly to incapacitate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you
A
do
net?
wrap it around the neck, it does hit you in the face. But I don't know, like a net.
Yeah,
Okay.
if there's any kind of net rules.
Probably.
Sorry, Kimmy.
It's fine. It's the first session. I was expecting this. I was literally making jokes with it earlier.
Okay. And let's just test out that luck. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely. You were next,
So
Mike?
did you say any of them were trying to escape?
There's the dude on fire running into the forest. The rest don't see... They, like, this is a matter of seconds that have happened. So
Yeah.
nobody's, like, running away yet. Like, it's they still feel like they've got the power. One
It
of
sounded
them...
like Gutshot Guy was thinking about it.
Arm
Yeah.
shot guy, yeah.
arm shot
Yeah.
guy, yeah.
He looks like he's kind of getting out of it. He's more than anything just trying to get, like, out of the... Like, there's not, like, a... Like, I am going to escape this. It's like, I'm getting out of the way of people who are shooting. Like, it's, like, not quite that calculated. Like, GTFO is, like, his only kind of thought
Well,
process.
You know
yeah.
what? If I'm full of holes from bullets, I'm going to try to get the fuck out of Dodge too.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
There's not a net. We'll just do taser. We'll do with in shock.
Oh, it's kind of like Taser. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's using
I have
taser
yet-
for everything.
I have yet another taser weapon.
Yes.
I kind of just want to melt back into the shadows of the night to like prepare my next
Okay.
shot.
You're going to stealth out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is there like a rule for sneak attack? Like from stealth?
That's a great
You
question.
don't get an extra D6 damage.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing something in the book about like sneak attack. Page 81 maybe?
Page 81 is the burn. The burns.
Horrific burns.
Horrific burns. Destroy people.
Session 1. Set someone on fire.
Yeah.
Check.
Did the thing. Let's see. Daze, penetration, slow, spray. This does not sound like combat. No, it does not say. These are all like weapons qualities.
I know.
We will say, I'm not going to make you roll to just be hidden in the forest.
Oh, okay.
I mean, well, I'll have you roll for that, but it'll just be your regular stealth roll for that. And hopefully before you actually do your attack on the next round, I'll find the page that it's on.
I know it's in the table of contents. So
Yeah, thank you. Cool.
All right,
Red, what you
just to
doing?
try everything out tonight, I'm going to go ahead and take my gun out and take a shot at whoever shot at Carla.
Do the thing. I'm paying attention to other things.
Okay. Where's that weapon? There it is. 8 and 2 hard dice.
Cool.
anytime you shoot someone who doesn't know they're going to be shot at, add +1 dice to your dice pool.
Ooh.
In addition to the other bonuses,
Perfect.
including bonuses for aiming.
Ooh, I have a question. Kimmy, I know you're already looking something else up.
Yep, that's fine.
So my make and shape gold is a different power from my luck power.
Okay.
Do I need to make and shape the gold this round and then throw it next
Yes.
round?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you use your... I feel like luck, you don't use your luck with shaping the gold, though. That seems like a not
that
thing.
seems like I would use that on the throwing, not
Yeah.
on the making.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, in that case, can I
Remember that.
retcon what I was going to do?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to shoot it.
Okay.
That's going to take too long.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Your turn. You said you were doing
Yep. Shooting a guy.
shooting a guy.
So, sorry, I was going to say, if I was in the forest from diving away, if you want to say I'm already hidden, I could take this turn to aim instead.
Okay.
Or will they see me coming? Still?
Well, they saw you dive into the forest, so if you want to actually hide, that's going to take a move.
Okay.
Like, that's going to take a round.
Okay,
Like,
so
if you want to,
it's-
like, do the dive into the forest, Lara Croft, like, pull out your guns and shoot as you're diving.
Nah.
Okay.
No.
But, sorry.
Oh, that seems kind of badass.
Totally, but also it's becoming the knight and then, like, dropping in from above or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Gustavo.
I
You
am
already said what you're going to do, right?
I think,
Red?
yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes.
The guy that was doing most of the talking, I'm going to make a called shot to his gun hand
Nice.
and disarm him
Okay.
with my throw.
Right. We're going to say that he's left-handed.
Okay.
Because I know a crazy number of left-handed people. It's very strange. And so pick a number between 3 and 4.
That is. I already set my dice to 4 there,
4,
which is what I
perfect.
need to do, right?
Yep.
And then I roll the rest of my...
Yep, not yet. We're all going to roll
yeah.
together.
All right.
All right.
Right.
Ready, roll.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh,
1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I love
buddy.
Yahtzee!
That's not how Yahtzee works.
Oh, sorry. I don't play Yahtzee. I don't actually know how that works.
I got 5 10s.
I got 4 10s. I don't think this guy's gonna live.
Oh no, that means I shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Even when you don't use your luck, you get luck.
No, I did use my luck.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Because I'm just shooting.
Oh, yeah.
So my gun also, when I was looking at the stats, had +1 stun kill. What does that mean?
So, +1 shock and killing
Shock
damage.
kill. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get 1 shock and killing
Okay.
for that section.
Okay.
So whatever dice, so you 10, so you have 1 shock and 1 killing to the head.
Okay.
I thought it was adding a shocking kill. Is it not that? Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Because mine is +0. Killing.
Right. Right. You don't have. Not all weapons have killing damage. Some just have shock damage.
And
Well,
also, your base is your width.
Yeah.
So if you have 0, that means it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
your width. You
So
don't get
it's
any
W
bonus.
plus. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it would be like
So
sorry,
4
I'm
yeah.
plus.
I'm not being clear. Okay. So it's with
Right.
in shock and then +1 killing. Is that how it's written? WS.
In
Let me see how it looks.
Yeah, well, in the book, it was just +1 SK.
I'm going to assume was that was in the
It was in
the Frontier one.
yeah.
Or
I
the
can look it up real quick.
Favored land. Okay, I've never seen it written that way. Usually it's like W S in S and K or something like that. It's W in something is usually how it's written. So I'm guessing that's probably W plus shock and killing.
Firearms.
So I would guess that would be in addition to whatever you rolled in width, but then it doesn't tell you what the width would be.
Yeah, it's all based on your ammunition, and since it's a 45 center fire, it's +1 SK.
Well, a 45 is a pretty heavy round, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell me what the width is
It might in the
other part.
yeah, maybe.
We're just gonna for tonight. We're gonna make it width plus shock and
Okay,
killing.
we'll double check it.
So we'll do. Yeah, I didn't look closely enough through this expansion. When in the generally it's W in S plus K or whatever it is. So we'll just say it's width in shock and killing for
Okay.
tonight. Can
Perfect.
you hit him in the head anyway?
Yeah, so it's
kind of doesn't
it's moot, but that was for future.
Yes. I will take a closer look at that. I apologize for not having that prepared. So you rolled how many tens?
4 10s.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No.
It does not matter.
He's all dead.
Yep. Yeah,
He shot him in the face.
He shot at Carla. He deserved it.
That's right.
So dude is very, very dead.
Oh, side note, for when I use my luck for attack, it does limited damage.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So,
Because like Fae don't like killing or something.
well,
It makes sense. No.
Probably just a
No,
balancing.
it makes
yeah, it's like it makes it more likely that I'll do something complicated,
Right.
but it's less like murdery.
So you got 4. Did anyone else?
I have 3.
3.
I got 3.
3. 5. Oh yeah,
No,
yours
sorry,
hit first.
4.
Sorry,
That's okay.
yours hit first. Yeah. So yeah, and you got all 5 tens. That guy's fucked. So.
Yeah, but limited damage
Yeah, but limited damage.
to the face.
Does the 4 you set aside count?
The
The 4 I set aside count?
yes.
Then it's 4, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because I had 2 wiggle dice, I had 1 matcher, and then the dice I set aside.
So it's only the matching ones that count. I'm sorry. So you got 4 in addition to the one you yeah.
No, I rolled a 4, I set a 4 aside, and I have 2 wiggle dice that I set to 4.
Yeah, so all 4 count. Yes. So it's the width. So all the matching dice count. Yeah. Jason's like, "You're doing great." I'm like, "Oh god." Usually, I do these for one shots, so people are mostly like, "Here's what I rolled," and I just say the thing. But I'm
She
actually
runs
trying
this
to
at my con.
all the fucking time. But it's funny because I don't usually use a lot of like the willpower and stuff like that. Like for one shot, that doesn't matter as much
Yeah.
because almost nobody's going to get to the end of their willpower in a one shot.
Right.
So I'm like, God, there's so
And if
many
they
more
do,
things.
then one hell of a scenario.
Yeah. Well, and we're tying in the period weapons, which are totally different. Usually, I've almost always run this. No, actually, that's not true. I've run a lot of period games with this. I've just never looked at period weapons. Did a Salem Witch Trials game, which is stuff of legend.
Oh,
That's
It was super
awesome.
creepy. It was amazing. So yeah, so face shot, 4,
I
2.
I was going for the left arm, which is the gun arm. Of
Yeah,
the
you
guy.
totally got that. Boom, boom, boom. And what was the damage on your weapon?
It's the knife, so it's WK.
Okay, so within killing. So you got 4.
Did that make him drop his gun?
His arm is still useful because he's got one more box.
Okay.
So I'm going to say he definitely drops his arm down. He did not drop his gun.
Can I spend a willpower to make that happen?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
I picked
Especially
one
because
up.
you got a bunch earlier. Yes, perfect. Let's make a mental note, Samantha, to look up exactly what reduced damage means.
Okay.
Because it didn't necessarily matter for this shot because you in
Yeah.
the fucking face.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was half or what. I would have to
We'll
ask,
look it up,
ask
yeah.
Jason or look it up.
We'll figure it out. And Carla,
I have become the knight.
you've become the knight. Yes. You are the knight. All right. So you're now down to 2 guys. One of them, both of them have arms that are not functional. One of them is their right arm, one of them is their left arm. Happens to be both of their gun arms. There's 2 dead guys. There's a burning guy somewhere screaming in the forest, and a guy who's passed out. So from that thing earlier. So
Middle
Okay.
attack.
-1 width per reduced damage. Okay. So I'm just gonna write that down. You write that down. That's your reduced damage.
What did it say?
-1 width per reduced
-1
damage pip.
width.
And yeah, we'll worry about that a little later because I don't think you're gonna get a shot at anybody else probably. But we'll see. So there's 2 guys there. They look like they are about to take off. They're basically one of them was jumped on their horse. The other one's trying to get on their horse, but they're having a hard time because they're armed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to. Let's see. Use that. So many options.
There's only 2 options actually. I mean,
Oh.
there's so many choices of what to do with those 2 targets, I guess. But
Yeah.
and we can actually, you know what? Why don't we pull out of combat for this moment because they're
Okay.
both fleeing. Like
Yeah.
they're not trying to engage you guys at all.
Okay.
So let's pull out of combat so we can go more freeform with this.
Oh yeah. I was gonna try and like trip the guy that is trying to get onto his horse or something.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay.
That was yeah.
What do I use? Like athletics or something for that?
How are you going to trap them? Are you literally just going to stick your foot out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay. Sure.
Sure, why
Athletics
not?
and luck.
Athletics and luck. Let's see what happens.
Whoopsie.
We'll use those little guys there. Uh-huh.
And you have to be touching the gold to create it, right? Yeah, I think that's touch was when you breathe.
Yeah, because like she pulls it out of thin air, so
Yeah,
she has
yeah.
to like hold it, but she can then like
She can let go of
chuck
it.
it,
Yeah.
or something.
But you can't like make his suddenly
I
fill
can't
his shoes
just, like,
with gold or something.
make it rain gold. Yeah, unless I like shoot it out of
that
my
was our
hands.
conversation. You're
I
like,
literally-
can I make it rain gold? And we're like, no, you can't. Not unless you spend your points like this.
Yeah.
Are we just going?
We're out of combat, so we can go however. So you can talk about what you're doing while she rolls.
I mean, I went into the shadows to take a secret shot.
You can absolutely take that shot.
From on the guy who's already up on the horse.
Okay.
4 9s to trip this guy.
Yeah, you do that.
Trip the heck out
You
of him.
trip the heck out of him. It's like Looney Tunes cartoons. Like leg goes out, boom, he lands under his horse.
Dude.
Why can't I roll anything that's like? I rolled like
That's
a 1
no-
through 10.
That's 9 dice.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the second time that's happened.
I got 2 1s.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Okay, well you got a pair. That's insane. Are all of your dice? Do you have any? Okay, yeah, you've got a 9 and a 10. Okay. There's actually you can totally botch a roll if you roll your dice and all your dice are under a certain number.
Oh,
But that hasn't happened yet tonight. Yeah, with 9 dice, you have a 99.6% chance of having at least 1 pair.
I do have a pair, but they are 1s.
Yeah, of course. Didn't say that they'd be a
This
good
has
pair.
been very bad.
You just bought those dice today too. They're already betraying you.
I know they're so
They're
fresh.
not warmed up. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. You shoot the guy
In the leg
in his left leg
for 2.
for 2 points. And what? You're. Wait.
I mean, it's a killing damage.
Okay.
No, there's got to be a bonus to damage on a rifle.
No, it's actually plus 0 killing.
With the 45 is +1.
That's what it says in the book.
All good.
So it's
I'm not arguing. They have
2.
reasons.
What is it? Say it again.
It's just two killing damage to the
Okay.
leg.
Bam! You shoot him in his left leg, and he's super pissed, and he yells at you.
Okay.
But
He
he's
doesn't-
not able to get on his horse.
He doesn't know where it comes
Heck
from
yeah.
because I'm the knight.
Yeah, luckily, because it is your left leg, and I'm a horse nerd, because you mount the horse from the left side, so you have to put your left leg in that stirrup to get up on that horse, and you hit his left leg, so he falls and is not able to get on that horse.
Yes.
Oh, and my throwing knives are actually shaped like cat's claws, pointing different directions, and they're made out of obsidian.
Nice. That's fantastic.
Fancy. All right. I would like to lean over the guy I tripped, flipping a gold coin, and just go, "You feeling lucky, punk?"
Nice.
You want to tell us what's going on here, buddy?
They just hired me. Don't hurt me, please. Please don't hurt me.
Hey, look at that telepathy happening. That's weird.
Is there anybody about to escape, or did we catch them all? Did anybody actually run off? Because I'm going to hunt
The
them
burning
down.
guy, but you've stopped hearing screaming.
I'm going to find him.
You probably
I can.
can.
Yeah. Because if he's still alive, I kind of want to do something for him, because this is just sad.
He's not alive anymore.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
poor buddy.
spoiler, just like
Oh, poor
so-
Starbuck.
I'm still
Poor
bringing
Starbuck.
I'm still bringing.
Sacrifice to the
You
wasn't-
tell
forest.
me, what is Starbuck
I wasn't
anyway?
planning on killing him, but like page 81, guys, it's brutal. Like this.
Oh, he took a good old page 81, did he? Okay.
Page 81
say
just
no
Coming
more.
back to page 81.
Oh, he
81
took
to
a
the
page
face.
81 straight to the face.
I love
Sorry,
it.
what did you roll
It's
for
fine.
your telepathy?
So I got 3 10s, and flavor-wise, something that's a part of my thing, as I'm if-then to my telepathy, is I'm usually, when I'm using it, either touching, if there's wood around, touching wood to activate it,
Okay.
or I have a wooden cross that I wear that's made of dogwood that I'll touch to activate.
Okay. Well, you are in a forest and you have your cross.
I'm pretty
Yeah, you're good.
sure it's good. Okay, so 3 10s.
Okay.
It's the morning.
God damn. Yeah, they. You get a very clear picture because he's about to talk anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He's like done hiding things. He doesn't want to die for this bullshit. You get a very clear picture of them driving the cattle into the ferry circle
Get out of my
and
forest.
doing like you don't see quite what they're doing because this guy didn't see it, so he isn't able to give that to you telepathically. But they come out of the ferry circle and they don't have brands, so then they're rebranding. So that's the part he was working on.
Well then, it appears they're using some of sorcery to remove the brands from these cattle.
Oh, how so?
Well, they put them in the fairy circle and do some kind of hoodoo,
She looks aghast and really pissed.
and then there are no brands. They heal them apparently. Some kind of healing magic, maybe. I don't know. Is magic a thing?
It's possible. Well, I mean, these woods, anything's possible.
Are you hearing any of this? Talking to the guy.
Yeah, he's bleeding a lot, and whatever, man. Like, old man Winchester's not paying me enough for whatever's happening here.
Is it Old Man Winchester that told you to do this?
Well, no. Big Jim is the guy who's in charge of it, but I mean, he doesn't do anything without old man Winchester's okay. Although, I don't know, maybe Jim's in charge of it. You can ask him. I'm not going to ask him that.
Oh, we'll ask him. In the meantime, you tell your friends here, well, what's left of them, stay out of the damn forest.
No problem. Jesse, let's go. Jesse's like still not able to get up on his horse.
I'm staying in the shadows
Okay.
because
Absolutely.
I need to cover story.
Yeah.
And the cover story is I went out to check on these guys, and people started coming out of the forest, and I ran away.
Absolutely. Cool.
Oh, before the guys leave, I'm going to tell him, oh, and you tell him who you saw in here, you're going to have a run of real bad luck.
They kind of just look at each other.
Oh, by the way, I am gone.
Okay.
While all of this is happening,
Yeah.
nowhere to be seen.
Okay. So they see the redhead and the gambler
Right.
and are super confused. No problem. I don't want. It would kill my credibility to say you two beat me anyway.
That's right. You never saw us. We weren't even in here.
Nope. I got shot. That's good enough, right, Jesse? They'll think that we. Yeah. Okay. They say right off, like trying to make a cover story for why they got beat.
Can't even ride your horse. Pathetic.
Is there still an unconscious guy, or did he?
Yeah.
he
No.
haul
The
you?
guy that
Yeah.
Red mind blasted, like at the very beginning of the fight, like is unconscious still.
I'm going to tie him to one of these cattle.
Okay.
butt naked,
Okay.
and I'm going to put a little note on there that says, Winchester's trying to rebrand your cow. Ask this guy about it. Jaguar.
Nice.
He's rebranding. Ask me how.
Ask me how.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay. Nice. Is he being like drugged by the cow, or is he like
No,
tied
he's
on
basically
top
tied on top of the cow.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted clarification there. All right. Nice. All right.
If he had a satchel of gold on his person, then I would take it from him.
Okay. He probably doesn't have gold, but he's got some money.
Some coins.
script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to split that, right?
Oh, yes, of course.
All right. So you now have this dozen or so cows. One of them's now being kind of wandering off. Are you like driving them out?
Yeah, I'm going to drive him out of the forest.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can drive this cattle out of the forest without any problem. These ones evidently still all have their original brands on them, so they haven't
Apparently,
been
this
through that.
may need to happen at night.
Oh, I'm going to do something creepy. Not that anyone's surprised.
That's so off-brand for you, Samantha.
I know. As a deterrent, and maybe an appeasement, I would like to go and find the burned guy and drag him into the fairy circle.
You can totally do that. All right.
So next time they try to drive some cattle in there,
I'm just driving cattle out and not really
Maybe-
paying any never mind what she's
maybe
doing.
don't.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, no, you can totally do that. You can totally find that guy's body. And, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're on our side.
Also in the dirt next to him it says stay out of the forest.
Nice. Excellent. Okay.
She's the Grianne. She kills the trees.
Yeah, she does. Oh, man.
Listen, I didn't kill him on purpose, but I will use his death to my advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. All right. You absolutely drag his body into
It
the
is the
middle of
Baba
the circle.
Yaga.
Yeah. And, yep, he is there as a warning. So, very nice. Carla.
I mean, I'm staying out of the way until those guys have gone off, and then I'm bringing Strawberry back so we can help drive these cows back into the herd and
Okay.
head back home.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing when Strawberry, like, have you ever herded cattle with her before?
Yeah, we've probably done a little bit of side work and
Okay.
done that kind of thing.
It's amazing because the cows, like, don't really need to be herded when Strawberry's around. Like, they all just, like, walk in this exact right place. Like, they're not in rows, but, like, like, damn, like, they go exactly, it's like they can read your mind. Or Strawberry's mind.
Weird.
And
She's a good horse.
best horse. And Red.
Yep.
Are you
Well,
helping
if
drive these cattle?
move cows,
That is how that works.
that's how he thinks it works.
Yep.
I think he's gonna wait around for a minute, kind of see clearly that he is no help at all in herding these cows. Like, well, if we're all done here, I wouldn't mind making an early night, headed back to that saloon. Any objections? Anyone want to join me?
Well, I'm out of whiskey. I'll go with you. Wiping charred bits off on her pants. Don't mind that.
Comes out from behind a tree. He's Gustavo again. Oh, yes. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I use a drink.
Wonderful.
You guys head back to the saloon and have a good evening. Don't have any more trouble. Nothing exciting's happened. A lot of the cattle hands are gone now. Like, funny, like they all just like left earlier in the day. Like someone was saying something about the health of the cattle or something. So the next morning, you see that a lot of the herds are being driven off like early. They're not usually they usually stay here for a couple days to water the cows, and this is like a safe place for them all to rest. They've been here like 48 hours, and they are moving out already. There is a bunch of rumors flying around about town about how someone is trying to steal cattle in the night, and some some whispered rumors about, yeah, they're saying it was the Winchesters trying to steal cattle. So
Cattle rustling is a big charge around these parts.
big deal. They don't have any proof of it, but there's definitely a big meeting of some of the ranch owners. Unfortunately, like the brands all seem to be in order and everything, so there wasn't any like way to prove that they were stealing cows, because usually what you do, you look at the brands and see if they've been messed with. But everything was on the up and up, even though it seemed like they were missing parts of their herds, and I swear that looked like my herd, but all right. And so now it's just salacious rumors, and the rest of the ranchers don't want to hang out for any longer because something shady's happening, and they can't prove it, but they know it's happening. So, all right.
All this do-good is getting bad for business.
I know. But once again, you did do what you did, and you did it of your own free will. I did not force you.
I'm not saying I'm sorry I did it. I'm just sorry that I don't have the gold to back it up.
I mean, we did get a little silver from that one guy.
Yeah, but you see those purses on those cattle hands?
Ooh, there were some gullible ones. Yeah.
They believe the Winchester. They'll believe anything.
That's true.
Well, I'm certain if you ride ahead, you can find them in the next town.
You know, I think I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, I like
Me
this
and
town.
Horse like this town.
Nice. Very good.
Horse.
Well, I think that is a fantastic place for us to wrap up here. And it is exactly time. So thank you guys. That was a fantastic first session.
Yay!
Our town is amazing. And I promise Wild Talents, once you get like rolling with it, the combats go really pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we will look up some of those rules and some of those specific period weapons and exactly how it will work for session 2. So join us back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And check out the schedule at happyjacks.org/schedule. Yeah, and check out the new forum. Our map of our town is there, and it's beautiful.
It's so pretty. I love it so much.
Yes. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives, I piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.